Hi, this is Larry King welcoming you to the Opie and Anthony Show right here on Sirius XM satellite radio. What the hell am I doing here?
Isn't it brilliant? Forget it. The thing's out of control. Out of control.
Great guests, interesting interviews, and, of course, your phone calls as well.
Gets my nipples hard, you know what I mean, son?
Are you out of your mind?
It's not the most talked about, not the most written about, and certainly not the most listened to show in the history of radio, but I'm still proud to intro it.
Oh, you're going to have a ball.
There you go, lads.
Let's welcome our hosts, Opie and Anthony. By the way, who's Jim Norton?
That's pretty good.
That's awesome. Thank you, Larry King.
Haven't heard that.
Well, that's a drop-off. That's funny. Larry King used to host his own show, and now he's introing our radio show.
Introing this drivel.
Ouch. Morning.
Morning, everybody. Good morning.
How's everybody doing?
Good morning, everybody.
How's everybody doing?
Monday morning.
I didn't sleep well at all. So
Oh, Jimmy.
No. We did that show already.
I'm very
one.
sleepy.
No, we did that already.
Oh, Jimmy.
No. You were supposed to get sleep.
I tried.
We can only have one of those shows every once in a while, or it just gets
really
annoying.
Did you have sleepy troubles?
I really did again. I would say it was probably 3-something before I finally got to sleep.
Ouch.
I tried. Laying in bed.
3-something was just a mere hour ago.
2 hours ago.
2 hours ago. Whatever.
Yeah, wow. Damn.
Are you drinking coffee too late? Are you having little treats late?
I did have a little treat yesterday, but not much. I think I slept. Mondays are always bad days for me because I think I had whipped cream last night, but it's sugar free because that wouldn't keep me up.
We discovered this place, this custard puff pastry place.
That sounds
sounds
fattening.
I was coming back from Long Island, and my wife had stuff to do in the city yesterday, and she was walking by the place.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Do you want me to get you one?" I'm like, I had to beg her, "Do not get me one."
What is it?
It's just this place of just
Custard?
creamy
goodness.
deliciousness and some cakey stuff.
It's just, it's some kind of a puff, but you could get a chocolate puff that just breaks. When you put it in your mouth, it just all breaks apart, and then in the middle is the best custard you've ever had in your life. And I'm not necessarily a custard guy.
But goodness.
And I'm really mad that we discovered this place.
Where is it?
It's in the 70s and kind of like either Broadway or Amsterdam. I always get those two confused as far as where shit is. So it's unbelievable. I might have to bring some in here so you guys could try these out.
I don't like eating stuff that's delicious.
This thing is ridiculous because you choose your puff or your shell, I guess they call it.
Puff.
And there's all kind. I tried the chocolate one, then they got the regular one, then they get really crazy and fancy. Then they shove this thing in and fresh custard.
So it's a gimmick.
Oh,
to
yeah.
The places all have gimmicks.
Yeah, this is
you choose your own. It's like choosing a ring setting and then the diamond.
Yeah, exactly. You choose your shell first, and then you can choose what kind of custard you want inside too.
Yeah.
What kind of options are there?
I don't know.
One guy just stands there jerking off all day, shoving his dick in there.
Yeah.
All right,
You want a
Anthony,
little Hep C or?
We're 4 minutes in. What am I doing?
I have absolutely no self-control, so when we discovered the place, I didn't even want to walk up to the counter.
Yeah.
I figured the less I know about the place, the better off I'll be. And then she came back with this chocolate thing with the custard inside. I'm like, fuck.
It's delicious.
It's really ridiculous.
I'm curious now as to what custard options there are.
All right, I'll go back.
I bet vanilla is really good.
Yeah.
That's some kind of banana thing, too.
I believe so.
Banana cream.
I believe so.
Anything banana-y.
You want to go now?
Great.
No, I really do. I mean,
You want to go now.
I had a big dessert the other night. Like I can't.
You want me to bring some in tomorrow?
I mean, yes and no. I mean,
I'll have to. Will they keep overnight? I think they
probably
will,
not.
right?
Probably not as good as that fresh fucking injected cream.
Well, there's another place on Columbus. It's little Italian donuts that are filled with shit.
Oh, fuck. This city's weird.
That place is called Bombolino or something like that. Look it up. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, good.
With fresh gelato.
You want some gelato?
See, that's my problem is I could eat well. Actually, I could eat almost perfectly all day long. Yeah. And then that dessert gets me every fucking time.
And around the city.
Then I just ruin it with the calories from fucking dessert. Salads all day, oatmeal in the morning, all this crap, and then I'll sit in front of the TV and watch, the NBA playoffs or something and eat a half gallon of ice cream. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
See, that's what fat people do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard not to.
Like I said, delicious stuff.
Delicious.
It's delicious. You got to stay away.
Stupid Dirk, for the people that didn't stay up, fucking missed a buzzer beater. So now the Miami Heat lead the Mavericks 2-1. LeBron James is 2 games away from getting a championship.
Well, that's the way it was supposed to happen, right?
And then people still arguing.
Like the super team, right?
Well, they're still arguing with me on Twitter. One guy's like, I really need to know why you don't like LeBron so much. Is it because the way he left? I go, yes, exactly. I go, it's the way he left and no class. So then everyone has to beat the shit out of me. He raised $2 million for the boys club by doing it that way.
Who cares? And all I saw was a clip of a monster shoving a ball in a fucking
you see that dunk?
Hoop with someone right in front of him.
Yeah, that was,
that was retarded. And I don't even like basketball, but I watched that and just went like, all right, that guy's got to fucking have something going on.
Yeah, that was LeBron. I don't know who he
faced somebody.
Oh, it was ridiculous. Because the guy was in perfect defensive position. Yeah. He really was. He did exactly what he was supposed to do, and LeBron just jumped pretty much over his hand.
And just
then dunked it by him.
It was crazy.
So I don't know. The Mavs are in deep trouble because Dirk is hurt. Dirk's got fucked up wrists, fingers. He's all fucked up.
Is this it?
LeBron James. It's good to know that Bohemia is down with the king.
And then someone goes, you got to respect his skills.
Yeah, look at this.
I'm like, of course.
Just right over the guy's fucking hand.
He's a great player.
Of course he is.
It's like, fuck you in your hand.
He's not going to win no championship with the flu, though, like Jordan did. And I had an argument with the guy with that. He goes, that was game 5. They had to play another game after that. And I want to write back to the guy, yeah, he still probably had the flu, though. You don't have the flu for one day.
Yeah. That was your Twitter argument? Because I had to give up last night.
Really?
Yeah, I gave up.
I was battling with just basketball fans, that's all.
Yeah.
And I don't even know that much anymore. I used to know it all, but
I realized I couldn't really accurately get a Second Amendment argument going in 140 fucking characters. No matter how many times I turn YOU into the letter U,
right?
TWO into the number 2,
right?
No matter what, I could not really get my point across of a huge debate like the Second Amendment in 140.
Can I tell you something? And then, people go, well, just do twit longer. No one reads anything that is more than 140 characters.
It's not, you can't do it.
Every once in a while, I'll do it. If I get lazy retweeting somebody else and I want a little comment, I'll do it. I never click on a link in someone's Twitter for a twit longer. You know what I mean?
No. I'll click on links that somebody has. It's like, hey, check this article out or something. And I'll click on that and look at that shit. But I won't go to a twit long because that defeats the purpose.
I mean, I obviously
defeating its own purpose.
I obviously love Twitter, but it's obvious when you tweet, maybe 10% of your followers read your shit. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's less than 10%. So then on top of that, you got to twit longer. Now you're cutting down your 10% to probably 3%.
They're not reading.
And
then when you're going back and forth with somebody, you have to add in their point and their name, and now you only get a few letters to fucking give you a response. So I was just like, I can't. I was like, good night.
I know you don't like them that much, but you gotta follow the lead of the blacks.
Yeah,
the blacks know how to tweet.
What are they doing?
They got all sorts of shit going on, abbreviations. They come up with new words. You ever follow a trending topic that's a very black topic?
No.
Holy, I don't know.
I was going to say something that would have just got me in trouble. I do have a filter, people. Even though it doesn't seem like I do it. That word was on my molars.
Really?
Yeah.
But they pretty much are coming up with a whole new language for Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just not regular black slang that we sort of are aware of. They're coming up with a whole new thing with Twitter, too.
See, that's a good thing to do. Like, just kind of...
They could get some shit done in 140 characters.
What, are they pulling vowels out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just pull vowels out.
Yeah, they pull the vowels
Need
out.
no goddamn vowels.
Numbers.
They also black people are higher percentage of blacks on Twitter than whites.
I think so.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I forget the percentage, but I want to say white people. That's probably right. 4% or 5%. I know they're 4 times more likely to check Twitter during the day than white people. There was a big study done on it, and I don't. Yeah, 13% of white people and like 20% of blacks. I think might be it.
I believe that.
Wow. Oh.
The fact is, even though we're all about it, still probably a very tiny percent of our audience even has Twitter.
Twitter.
An extremely small percent.
Yeah,
I think if you're a fan of the show, you should get Twitter because we're all doing shit outside the show. That's kind of cool, man.
The second we leave here, it's just all of us are doing separate shit and different weird shit on Twitter and it's definitely keeps the show vibe going.
For example, last night I was leaving F.H. Riley's. I was telling Anthony it was
where is that?
The heart of Huntington Village.
Ah, right.
Trust me, my brother doesn't need any help anymore. I do want to thank the listeners because if it wasn't for the listeners, he probably wouldn't have survived because it's really tough to get a new restaurant off the ground. And I was talking about this last night. The listeners were the ones that kept that place going for the first year.
Yeah.
And now it's just what he does with the food. And
now he throws them out. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. We have a class restaurant going now. We don't need the likes of you.
So he won't let you in unless you say Baba Booey at the door.
But honestly, they're the ones that really got the damn thing off the ground. And I'll never forget that. My brother will never forget that. But now it's about the reputation of the food and everything. I mean, it's the place to be in Huntington. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Fucking Pasta Sunday. The place is packed. But I'm coming home and I tweet a picture of this car with a nice big huge fucking hairy dick on it.
What?
That never gets old.
A big hairy dick?
A large hairy.
What was it written in?
It almost looked like it was in lipstick. So someone
fucked him over.
Where is it? I'll find it really fast.
Yeah, was it Damone's car? Did it say little prick on the side?
Yeah, right?
Hey, thanks.
We were talking about Fast Times yesterday as well. Once again. Yeah, here. The classic huge dick on the side.
It's up the window. It like takes up the back and the
and
the side window.
And this dick is coming if you look closely.
Oh, right. It's coming.
It's a big, huge pink dick. The balls start in the passenger window, and the head of the penis is all the way in the front window there.
Yeah, that's
Did I say that right? No, I mean the back window to the front window. All right, whatever.
Yeah, it takes up the whole side of the car.
Isn't that great?
Wow, that's
just parked on the street in Huntington.
Universal symbol of the cock, there.
I would imagine someone had a really late night, and they probably were crashing all day Sunday, and they have no idea they got a huge pink dick on the side of their car yet. That's why you got to follow us on Twitter.
I ought to see the big pink dicks.
Yeah, all this shit is happening after the show. But
yeah, I went to the range and took some video with my hat cam.
Yeah.
And that was fun, just blasting some shit off. But then that's what started the whole Twitter war thing.
With the Second Amendment.
Yeah, you go on there and people are like, what? Because some big fat pig woman is like, and what's with you and the guns? We all know it. You're making up for a small dick. I'm like, really? Is that what it is? Fatty? And I was just like, you look like you smell. And I was just, you
gotta get
nice,
dirty.
immature shit I was getting at.
Right.
But it's like, and then people just start like, what's your problem? How far? Should we be allowed to have missiles? It's like, I can't do this. Mm-hmm. I just can't. So I just bailed.
The small dick argument is so stupid because when you tweeted that picture of all the guns that you were taking to the range.
Yeah.
I think I got a semi.
It's like,
and I'm not a gun guy, but I'm like, that would be fucking cool to do.
Your little bag, your guns, you go out there and you blast some shit. It has nothing to do with your dick. It has something to do with it's just fun.
Yeah.
I had all my targets. That was another thing. I fucking and this shows. I don't know why I reacted like this, but I did. I took a few targets down there. Your standard Bin Laden zombie target now, and there's not because Bin Laden's dead. Now I got Bin Laden zombie targets.
Right.
And then there was one of some.
Look at that.
Arab guy.
There's the picture I was talking about.
That's the fucking haul.
Did you
that
really
I took down to the?
You
to
took
the
all
range.
those to the range?
Yeah, took them all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guns. Is
yeah,
that right?
just blasting away.
6 guns.
It was fun.
6 assault rifles.
So one AR-15, a submachine gun, and the rest were pistols.
Wow.
But
what's your favorite gun out of all those?
They're all so different.
I know.
They're
That's
all
why
my
it makes.
children.
That's why it makes.
You can't pick one of your favorite children.
Oh, really?
That's my favorite.
My mom did.
Rifle I have. My favorite AR is that one.
Yeah.
But as far as the pistols go, the Wilson Combat 45 is I like that. It's small, 45 caliber. But then I also the Desert Eagle. I can't pick. That's why I took them all, because they're just so much fun. Wow. I love it.
You don't say.
I have a lot.
Can you write it down? I really need to know.
I don't even know it at this point. I'd have to count in my head.
Is it?
It's more than. Yeah, it's no, not 50.
Well, I'm not.
Let me think.
You don't have to tell. You don't.
I don't know. It's probably in the it's in the 20s somewhere.
Jesus.
Not that many, but so I go to the range. I have all these targets that I got, and they're fun targets. Arabs and shit like that. And then I have one target of a homie. It's like a homie. He looked like Eazy-E, and he's over a car hood with a pistol pointing. I'm like, all right. So I go to the range, and the woman goes, okay, range 2, slot C. I'm like, okay. I go into range 2, slot C. There's one other guy in there, in A, and it's a black guy. And I'm like, God damn,
You can't use your target.
But I can. There's no reason I can't. Maybe not first target, but I put up my zombie bin Laden target, right? And I'm blasting away at it. And he actually came over and he goes, damn, that's a great target.
Well, you're not gonna
and
like the second one.
That's all I'm thinking is, well, you ain't gonna like the next one.
When are you leaving? Because I got a second target.
Yeah. So I ran through all of my targets, all of my bin Laden. And then I had one that looked like Bob Kelly with a gun and a fucking wool hat. Another one that looked like he just came from the gay parade, and an Arab, wearing his headgear and shit. But I wasn't comfortable wheeling out the black guy target with a black guy in the range. But that shouldn't make a difference. It really shouldn't make a difference.
Well, because you already know where it's coming from, and you're afraid that he will see it.
No, it's just I really don't feel like oh great, a black target. Let me shoot at it with more zeal. I'm like it's just another target.
It's because you do shoot at it with more zeal, and it's probably all the stuff you can't help yourself. Where you're shouting out things as you're shooting at this target, and you're like, well, with this fine gentleman to my left, I can't do this target yet.
I swear I wasn't yelling anything out.
Because with this target, I get very vocal.
I wasn't yelling anything out, I swear. And I was just chewing up like Arab guy targets. So it's like, what's the difference? And obviously it was like a 90s black guy. It looked like he was from fucking
a gangster rap?
NWA or something. Yeah,
video.
New Jack City.
Yeah, New Jack City. Definitely Boys in the Hood shit.
Yeah.
But I felt like I couldn't. Look at the guy with a mullet.
When did you pull out the black target?
The second he left the range.
Why didn't you talk to the guy a little bit? Get to know him.
No, well, he was cool.
You guys had something in common.
He was into his own thing.
He liked your target.
I did.
What kind of targets did he have? He probably had a white target. And he's like, when is this honky going to leave so I can use my white target?
I noticed the target he was using because I was, in a bit of turmoil about my target choice. He was using the old, the old white guy Muggsy fucking criminal target.
The go-to one.
The go-to with the cigar in his mouth,
times, right?
the derby. It looks like any crook from a Bugs Bunny episode.
Sure.
And he's holding his fucking revolver. That's the guy.
Yeah.
See? That's what he was shooting at. Now he's shooting at a white guy.
That guy's going.
But that's known.
That guy's going after Al Capone.
Yeah, he's one of Al Capone's guys. See? But
You'll never get me alive, see?
Yeah, never got me, copper. You lousy screw.
I do enjoy his criminal wear that he's wearing. He's got like Dockers and a members only jacket.
Members only jacket, Dockers. He's got a big fucking balls in his pants or something.
Just horrible balls.
He's got his hairy criminal hands that just touch hookers because he can't get into a relationship because he's a crook.
He really does have a nice head of hair on him.
Oh, and that good, nice, big head of fucking 50s actor hair.
It's like slicked with grease.
Yes, very greasy.
He has hair like a Greek.
It's like Gleason's hair. Jackie Gleason's hair. All greasy and slicked back.
Damn Greeks have good hair, man.
They certainly do.
Always.
But he's shooting at that target, the white guy target. And for some reason, I just felt like maybe if there were other people in the range, but it was just me and him.
You should have just went with it.
You should, first target out of the gate?
No, you should have pulled it out and then laughed and said, maybe we should switch. And then he would have laughed. Hey, maybe we should switch targets.
Yeah, he go, oh, what, the paper for you, motherfucker?
No, that'd be funny, though. I'll shoot the white guy, you shoot the black guy. That would have been funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think?
If you said, hey, you want to switch? Maybe we should switch targets.
He did laugh at the Bin Laden
But that's
zombie
the video
target.
you got to make.
Yeah.
You should show the black guy, you show your black target, and go, what are you going to do? And then you freaking do it.
Yeah, I didn't want to make him feel uncomfortable. You know?
No, you didn't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Well,
it's all about your comfort zone.
But the whole vibe would have been a little uncomfortable if I would have pulled it out first.
Imagine if
I
you-
should have pulled it out like second.
You should have went over there and slapped him, the target, for looking at a white lady, and then fucking shot at him.
You should have said,
Yeah, that's.
you should have said, you're lucky it's not you.
Oh yeah, I would have gotten. I would have made goodwill in the range.
I could have had you shot for that.
It just seems like it's a weird double standard thing, but I don't know what the protocol is if you're shooting at black targets with a black guy in the range, and it's just a criminal guy. It's not like a black guy that's walking his kids to school or something. It's a black criminal guy, just like Muggsy. Meh.
Well, next time you got to go for it.
I'll go for
You
it.
got to go for it next time. Speaking of guns, I think I'm going to go get a gun.
Yeah, huh?
I'm going to get an illegal one, though, because that paperwork's
yeah,
a
yeah.
nightmare.
Well, yeah, you just pick one up
I'm just
illegally.
going to get an illegal one that I could have in my car.
Carry
on
your
that note,
sweatpants.
Carry my sweatpants.
On that note, Plaxico's getting out, I guess, today. Huh?
See?
20 months in jail
I
for
could do 20 months.
20 months on your head.
Dude, that makes me so angry that guy had to go to jail.
Yeah, no kidding.
This is making me angry
It's
that
all-
Casey Anthony's going to be going to jail because I just like her.
Well,
anyway.
It's all because Bloomberg fucking spoke up.
Huh?
If he would have just kept his fucking DSL shut, Plaxico, I heard Morgenthau didn't want to do it, so he probably would have been okay.
Yeah, but he's just Bloomberg is anti-guns in the city.
I have such a hatred for Bloomberg.
Mandatory. And the thing is, Plaxico was licensed in Florida, I guess. But he wasn't aware of the laws that no one can carry in
Did
New
he
York
do
City.
20 months?
Yeah.
20 months.
That's 20 months?
I know, it doesn't seem like that long.
He did 20 months.
20 months. That was.
I would have sworn it was
Yeah.
less than a year.
See, he doesn't have the option Bloomberg does, which is go to the city council and have them fucking change the rules for you. And then it's not illegal technically.
Yeah, do that
like running
with-
for a third term.
Right, that's what he does.
Look,
Right?
Speaking of Bloomberg, because of Bloomberg, I'm going to be very, very mad at the Jews for the next couple of days.
The Jewish
And
possum.
maybe someone could call and try to explain to these guys what a nightmare the city was yesterday because they had the Israeli parade.
Yeah.
Every weekend in the city, they need a parade for some reason. I guess it started with the basic parades a long time ago, and then everyone had a bitch and complain.
St. Patty's Day parade. That's a big one. It's been around since before fucking like the
Right.
country.
Just march in the St. Patty's Day parade and be done with it.
Yeah.
Why does everyone have to have a separate parade? But yesterday it was the Israeli parade. And because, there's a lot of people that want to do harm to the Jew.
Yes.
Usually they shut down Fifth Avenue for the parade. You know the deal,
Yep.
right? It's either Fifth Avenue or Thanksgiving Day parade. They go up Central Park West and down, what do they do? I always forget.
Yeah.
Broadway or whatever they do.
Yeah.
But most of the parades are on Fifth Avenue. And usually when there's a parade, they shut down Fifth Avenue. So that's kind of a drag, and you got to get around somehow the parade route. But because it was the Israeli Day parade, and someone's got to back me up, maybe a cop can, they closed down entire avenue. More streets or avenues on either side of the parade route because I guess they didn't want a car bombing or something.
Yeah,
I don't
something
know.
like that. A fucking suicide bomber. So you got to squeeze through gates, and
Right.
there's cops all over the place, kind of checking people out.
So Bloomberg thought it made complete sense to do this to keep everyone safe in the Israeli parade, and the city was in complete lockdown yesterday, a gridlock.
Yeah.
Because of a dumb parade.
It's
At
a
that
pain in
point,
the
don't you
ass.
tell the people, look, we can only shut down Fifth Avenue. If you want to do your parade, great. If not, that's the best we could do. But no, they just catered to the yesterday, and everyone else had to suffer. Everyone had to suffer.
They get their time like everybody else does. Like everyone else in the city, they all get their fucking parade days.
But I had to get out to Long Island for my nephew's little baseball game, and usually it takes me 15 minutes to get off Manhattan Island and then start my journey.
Yeah, it's not big.
On the Long Island Expressway. Yesterday, an hour and 15 minutes just to fucking start my journey.
Just to get off of Manhattan.
Hour and 15 minutes.
What time did you leave?
Wow.
I left at 12, and I finally got into the tunnel at 1:15.
Oh,
maybe
God.
1:20.
What time was the game?
Jesus.
2.
So you gave yourself plenty of time.
You just
2 hours is
wanna
fine.
Fucking...
To leave your house?
Oh, yeah, I gave
2
myself
hours,
plenty of time. I thought I was going to get out there early, maybe go to Starbucks or get a little bite to eat or something, just chill out. No, hell fucking no. It got to the point where I turned into Anthony. I was doing all sorts of illegal moves, complete illegal moves. One where the traffic cop gave me the finger back and forth, like, I can't,
I never skate past real NYPD. But
Hell
those
no,
fucking,
never.
Those fucking fat bitch traffic women that wear the
NYPD?
yellow vest.
Right.
I will fucking make a left when they don't want you making a left. I will left around them.
Yeah, but some of them have real passion, and they'll actually get in front of your car.
They'll get in front of your car
Just
and
like,
shit.
you want to die for a right turn? dude?
That's why you got to make the surprise move.
That's what
you
I
got to
did.
sit there, make like you're going to comply, don't make eye
Even
contact.
when I'm like, yeah, I got this. I know what's going on here.
And then the second that light turns, you got to pick your spot.
Yep.
Watch which way she's moving. If she's moving fucking right, you got to go around her left.
Right, because they didn't want anyone making. It's a long story, and I won't bore you with that. But at one point, I needed to make this left, or I was in. If I didn't make this left, I would not have made the game, and I would have just went home. And I really wanted to get out of the city yesterday with my kid.
There are times where if you can't make one turn that you want to make, it's another hour. Tack another hour onto your shit.
Exactly.
So you have to make the turn, and there's people there making it so you're not allowed to make that.
Without
turn.
the So I'm at this red light, and she's letting the cars coming from my right cross in front of me.
Yeah, you could go
So obviously
straight.
this road is
open.
but it's an illegal left because they have those dumb bike paths now. So you're not allowed to cross the bike paths.
Yeah.
But because the whole city was in lockdown with entire streets closed, I'm like, fucking throw the rules away today.
Yep.
So just like you said, she's like showing everyone you got to go straight here, and I'm like this, all like waving nice. I got my seatbelt on, like, okay, thank you, thanks for the info,
nice lady.
And just like you said, I'm inching up because now I have to. There's a car to my left too, so not only do I have to make the illegal left, I got to make it from the right side.
Yeah. That's a move.
And all of a sudden the light changes, and she does the all right, come ahead, and backs off. And I gun it in front of this guy and her to make that left.
Beautiful.
She was out of her fucking mind.
Oh, I always look in the rear view, and they are.
Yeah.
All they could do there was shake their fist. Why you?
Well, she gave me the finger back and forth like, no, you didn't.
And it's like, yes, I did.
What are you going to do about it?
You know why? Because she's left standing there with the other motorists going, now what are you going to do, fatso?
Right.
Yeah.
What are you going to do
It's almost
about
like
it?
in The Wire when the security guard had the fucking Marla took the lollipops.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
That's like the other customers still standing there going, what the fuck are you going to do? You saw that?
Yeah.
And everyone knows once you did that and she stood there, she doesn't do a fucking thing. Do what you want, fellas.
Right. If you're going to lock down this city and make it a complete gridlock, then I say throw the rules away. I'm serious. I was making U-turns and all sorts of shit. You would have been proud yesterday.
That's
man.
great.
You would have been fucking
That's every day.
Did you
for
feel
me.
frustrated?
Dude, I left my house, and I got a 1-year-old too, man. I mean, the parents understand this shit. I timed my trip with his nap. This is a parent thing. You guys
Time it with. I time trips with my nap.
Yeah, exactly. It's a parent thing, but it makes it a lot easier because kids get fussy. So all right, it's nap time. I put him in the fucking car. He's out cold. But now I'm on the clock. I only have a certain amount of time.
How long is his nap?
Could be anywhere from an hour to 2 hours.
That's like a time bomb.
It is. It's a time bomb in the back seat.
A time bomb.
So then I pull out. I'm like, all right. And then the first road closure, I'm like, all right, I can handle this. I live in the city. I know this shit happens, so I'm not mad yet. And then when I started seeing road after road after road closing as they're funneling everybody, because as soon as there's another road closed, that means more cars funneling, funneling. Then it got to a point where every light change, maybe one car was going through. Ooh. And now I'm starting to heat up. And now I start punching things. Actually, that's why my left hand hurts. I went to bed last night trying to figure out why my left hand hurts. I forgot I was fucking pounding my left window. So now you go from punching things because you're out of your mind, beeping horns like a lunatic because you're just frustrated. Not that it's going to help anything, but you don't know what else to do. And then it got to a point when this for the locals, when I was down at 23rd Street, when I usually cross over around 66, I almost started crying.
Oh, well, you could.
I almost started crying.
I've been in that situation.
I went from this is okay to complete frustration, beating the shit out of myself, to I wanted to cry. I was almost brought to tears. This has only happened 2, maybe 3 times since living in the city.
That is literally, by the way, it's not like a figurative I wanted to cry term. Yeah. No. Literally, you're sitting there and you're like, I as a grown man, am going to start crying because I'm so frustrated.
Because, I mean, when you get really mad, that usually helps. And then usually the traffic opens up. Look, call me whatever you want. I don't care. People understand this.
Oh,
and then it gets to the point that you have no more moves left in you. Because if you know what you're doing in a car, you'll work some moves.
Yeah.
And then you try some shit, and when nothing's working, now you're sitting there like, what else? What can I do? And you literally want to break down and cry.
Do you know, I've been through that traffic, literally where it is like a childlike desire to weep and be everything made better for you.
Yeah.
But in a way, it's a testament to how good we have it. Like, that's utter helplessness. When you're in traffic like that, something has been set in motion and you're totally helpless to stop it. And that's what's so frustrating. And yet, and I forget what Jonathan was telling me the traffic is like that, where their commutes are about 3 hours a day each way. This guy, it might be Jakarta or Indonesia, which the worst traffic in the world, where they deal with that every day going to work and every day coming back home.
But that doesn't break you down crying. Like when me and Ann used to commute together and we were doing afternoons, it was a little rough. But you knew what you had. As soon as you got in your car, you knew exactly what you had and you dealt with it. When it's more than that is when you're still mad. But when it's more than that is when you start getting the frustration and then possibly breaking down wanting to cry.
Do you remember when I was living on 43rd Street and we were off the air and you came?
The Metallica show.
No. That was bad too. No. When I had to go to Cleveland with stupid, my buddy Gino was the opening act, I think, and you came and we hit gridlock leaving my apartment.
I thought that was for the Metallica show.
No.
We've done it a couple times.
That was going to the airport. There was fucking leaving my apartment on 43rd Street. You make a left and you're in a block and a half, 2 blocks to the Lincoln Tunnel.
That's it.
But there was a water main break and it was stopped. And it might have taken us 25 minutes to get to the end of the block and around. I'm like, we're going to miss the fucking plane. So I made the driver take us to the fucking Port Authority and we took the train.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's how that was that type of traffic where I'm just watching, like, we're going to miss the fucking plane.
Yeah, when you have to be somewhere like that, especially for a plane. Then you start getting violent.
Dude, I remember that.
Oh, it's terrible.
But you know the grid of the city, and like I said, you know how to make moves usually. But when all your moves are failing you just want to pull over and go, could someone help me?
Yeah.
You know, it's whatever, but
I would always rather be in the city because worst came to worst, you could always just put it in a garage, get out, and fucking take the have that's the atom bomb.
Yeah.
If I have to park this piece of shit illegally in a yellow zone, like I can do that. That's the A bomb. But when you're on the LIE.
Oh, and there's no way to go. You're in between exits.
The LIE
you're dead stop. It's like. Sorry,
the LIE is the worst road.
Worst road.
You're just gonna do like falling down. You just fucking get out of your car
and just
walk away, and do horrible things. I guess I don't know.
Oh, awesome! My skin cancer just came off.
Jesus!
No, she said that would happen. It's pre, by the way, but look, yeah, my skin cancer's gone officially. She said it would scab up and fall off. I should have ate it.
Oh, God.
Or gotten someone else to.
That's right.
Have a bite of cancer.
Oh, fuck.
I've hit traffic like that in L.A. Once or twice. L.A. can be horrendous.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Connecticut literally.
Ooh, 95.
If they carved Connecticut off and then just kicked it into the ocean for traffic reasons only, I would be fine with it. It's the most underrated traffic piece of shit fucking state in the entire country.
I think you're right.
Because it's by New York and it's between New York and Boston, so we get all the heat and LA gets all the heat, but Connecticut fucking eats my ass when it comes to traffic.
95.
Abominable.
It's one long traffic jam.
Terrible.
It's one long rush hour.
Terrible.
And the bad thing about it is you'll be on 95 doing a good clip and thinking, oh, this ain't so bad. And then, wham, you dead stopped. Some kind of fucking construction.
How many times did we do the Boston to Long Island trip?
Yeah.
I was telling people about that. You know that we left Boston on a Saturday. What was our shift? We were over by noon.
When we
maybe
had to work Saturdays.
I think we were. I think we were done by noon.
Yeah, we did.
And we wanted to come home and visit, so we would leave Saturday at noon as a group, get to Long Island, and then drive back Sunday night.
I drove
Do you
back
remember
Monday.
that?
I drove back Monday mornings a few
Sometimes
times.
that's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Monday morning to make the afternoon show.
Is that when you were already living up there, or when you first went up? Did you guys move up
I was
there?
living up there, yeah.
Like from when you got the gig, did you automatically get apartments up there, or did you work for a month?
No, we lived with my mother-in-law.
Up there.
Yeah.
Oh, you did go
Right away,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, right away. And I think didn't we both just have to leave the girls down here?
Nah, my chick did
For a while.
Go. She should have fucking stayed too.
Yeah, believe me.
Nah,
Feel
not
the
even
same
you know.
fucking way.
I get this amazing gig. She doesn't want to go. I'm like, whatever. Then stay fucking.
Oh,
home.
did she not want to move?
And then she moved up. I don't even remember anymore. It's been so long, but 6 months later, I think, something like that. And then when we got fired from Boston, she didn't want to leave Boston. I'm like, whatever. Then stay up there. What?
Yeah.
And then I told the story. I'm coming through the tolls. I'm listening to NEW. They were playing the Allman Brothers. Remember, like it was yesterday. And I'm paying the toll to go to Long Island because we are now moving back to New York for this amazing gig.
Huge.
And I didn't have Easy Pass, and we're waiting to pay the toll at the Throgs Neck Bridge. I remember this like yesterday. And I look over to my right, and she's fucking crying. This is the break of my life. What's wrong with you?
Chicks.
And I should have told her, all right, then just stay in Boston. What good are you?
Yeah.
If you can't get up for the fact that we're moving to New York and, you know, going to be on New York radio, what do you want from me? That should have been a sign.
You sure she wasn't crying because you didn't have Easy Pass yet? That's why I would have been.
Yeah, right.
Look at them zipping by in the left lane.
It's so fast.
That should have been a sign. But I'll tell you, 5 years later, I did something about it.
I know.
5 fucking
Believe
years
me.
later.
I went through 9 years of fucking hell for nothing.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Why is my phone beeping? What the hell
Beep,
was that?
beep. You have a good boy phone. Why do you have a fucking
I'll tell you why he
BlackBerry
does.
still? Why?
He's got a good boy phone and a naughty boy phone. A naughty boy's phone and his good boy's phone. He's got a good boy's phone and a naughty boy phone.
Oh, that's the happy Jimmy.
A naughty boy phone and a good boy.
What an idiot.
You laugh your way through it.
Hey, does anyone have a charger? I plugged my phone in, and I guess, I don't know, maybe it wasn't in the wall. Maybe my kid fucking ripped the plug out of the wall.
An iPhone charger?
An Android?
Oh, boy. An Android charger, huh?
Also a BlackBerry charger?
Oh,
anyone?
boy. What,
Anyone?
do they make those?
The new BlackBerry charger where it got thin because they wouldn't need you to they need to change the chargers. Really?
Just so you can't use your old ones, right?
Right.
Really?
Those pricks.
Because it's all about accessories, right?
Does
Fucking
BlackBerry
assholes.
does BlackBerry come with a picture of an ass on the cover and a big dick in it? They're terrible.
Well, now the dick is thinner. That's what they do.
That's nice. They
because
gave you a thinner dick for your ass.
I'm sort of out of the BlackBerry world finally. I mean, I have this for corporate email because I refuse to give this company any of my other email accounts. And so I lost one of my chargers. I'm like, oh, I got my old BlackBerry charger. This is perfect. It's a different charger.
Yeah.
Why? Which one you got?
I got the BlackBerry
Oh,
charger.
you rule, yeah.
Roland comes in. He comes
Thanks,
through.
brother.
Comes through in a pinch. Through in a pinch.
Oh, anyway, we were talking about Boston because we were leading to something. We were leading. Jimmy, listen closely.
Oh, good.
Hey, it's time for the Get Your Ass Off the Couch and Go Do Something report. Here's my buddy. Thank you, Bap Bap.
Look at Jimmy's face.
Why's that?
Wow.
Well, I think Anthony referenced it last week out of nowhere.
Oh, yes, I did,
I really don't remember we used to do this, but at AF we did the what was it? Get
your ass off the couch report.
And go do something report. It was
Sponsored.
yeah, it was a sponsored thing that Dave Dickless, our program director, made us do.
Who, Massengill?
That's a douche. And we had to I had to paw through the local fucking rag bar magazines and find what bands were playing where and kind of do a whole rundown of what's going on in Boston, because Dave Douglas thought people needed to know.
Mm-hmm.
And oh god, first of all, what the hell? Whose voices were those? Whose voices were those?
Yeah, I was telling.
They were pumping helium into the studio back then.
I was telling the guys before the show. I mean, a fact is a fact. We were looked at as like rock stars up there in Boston.
Oh,
I don't know why. Because
I listen back. Everything stinks.
Because I listen to this and I'm like, what were these people thinking?
Everything is just horrific.
It's horrific. I guess people just. It was before smartphones.
Yeah,
they were starved. They were starved for entertainment.
Starved for entertainment.
So they would accept anything.
And there was no way for one person to really get their point across if they thought we sucked to everyone to point it out.
Right.
Like, oh my God, why are they doing that? That sucks. And then you'd be like, you'd read a website or tweets or something and be like, yeah, that does suck. Yeah. And then the whole wave of people that hate you starts up. But people were actually able to think individually back then.
Right.
It wasn't a collective.
I see what you're saying.
It wasn't a collective like the Borg.
They couldn't get together.
Right. They couldn't gang up.
They couldn't gang up.
Is that all that's on that CD?
Oh.
And do some flash mob hating.
Oh, no. Why
that's all. That's all.
Is there more?
Unfortunately, that's all I like to call him asshole from Connecticut came up with.
Kevin, I didn't hear the beginning.
Kevin from Connecticut. I guess Kevin from Connecticut. I didn't know he went that far back with us. He's got old fucking tapes of ours. Because Ann referenced this, and next thing you know, he's tweeting this over the weekend.
Yeah.
What is it, Kevin from Con? His Twitter name?
Wow, it was just...
Con with two N's.
That's abominable.
We have a little more.
Can I hear the beginning again? 'Cause I want to hear it in context knowing.
Oh, God.
Watch Jimmy's face.
I'll be
I know
okay
you
now.
can't out there, but watch Jimmy's face.
Hey, it's time for the Get Your Ass Off the Couch and Go Do Something report. Here's my buddy. Thank you,
Dude, that literally it makes me shudder.
Yeah.
What were the names?
They would change constantly.
It's too long.
See, what happens? What happens is when you say something long enough and many times, you change it, and it becomes like its own word. Our names just kind of became back, like Anthony became back, and Opie just became back. But it was a slow change. See, it wasn't a thing like let's call ourselves this. It was a organic kind of change from the name to a thing.
It's like and hey.
Right. I'm trying to explain this, and it's going nowhere.
There's no way to explain it.
You guys are a couple of quacksuckers.
Yeah. Quack.
People listening, they said that was like a punch in the stomach. Ew. Where did that come from? Oh, God, exclamation point. Chills.
It's almost like he's got a phone and a phone.
Right. See, but now people know what you mean. Oh, yeah. Believe me. Believe me. I
guess we'll get into that after the break. Huh?
Yeah, I'd like to hear a little more of that.
All right, we'll play. It's a whole minute and 40 seconds.
Oh, boy!
Get off your ass and report. Here's everybody.
What's with the voices? I don't know. What happened? I guess our voices have matured. Over the years.
I listen to stuff from the beginning of XM, even 2 years into that, and it's still like the voices sound so different. It's
what the fuck?
Really? Yeah. Yeah. I listen to stuff and go, fuck, that sounds different.
Yeah.
This guy's saying Memorial Day weekend, 25 miles of traffic from Greenwich, Connecticut to Bridgeport.
Oh.
Just one.
How do you do it?
Fucking traffic jam.
How do you do it? Wow, I hate that.
Well, the people, that came before us didn't figure out this road system.
No,
they just thought we needed only 2, maybe 3 lanes of fucking highway.
Everyone's got to get where
Dummies.
they're going, and it's a pain in the fucking ass. Yeah,
I think we stop at 10 lanes.
10-lane highways.
No one would ever be in traffic.
There would be some idiot in the 10th fucking lane.
You think?
Holding up the whole fucking shittery.
Yeah, I guess.
It doesn't matter. People drive like idiots, and that's why there's traffic. Fucking morons. They never know how to go around things. You ever see somebody parked on the side of the road? You ever say someone parked on the side of the road like their car's broken down and they're kind of pulled over, and a little bit of them is sticking into maybe the right lane, but most of them is on the shoulder.
Right.
And even people in the left lane have to like jam on their brakes.
Yeah, it just stops.
And
everything.
if everyone just kind of moved over a little bit and maintained speed, it wouldn't even be a problem. But everyone's got to just stop because they think it's dangerous, or they got to look, or it's just something. Just fucking go. But when a rubbernecker is in front of me, by the way,
yeah.
If there's an accident on the other side of the road, I just wait. The second I see fucking brake lights from the person in front of me, I lay on the fucking horn. There's no reason you should be fucking on your brakes.
But you watch or look.
Without slowing down, though.
I could give a quick fucking peek without touching the brake pedal. Believe me, no one should even let off the gas. Fuck you. Move. Hate those people.
Hey,
unless it's a plane crash. If there's a plane crash in the other lane, I would be like, all right, I understand why you want to stop.
I gotta take a look.
Yeah.
What about the picnics that pop up?
Oh yeah,
I look at the picnics on the side of the road.
On the side, those are usually the parkways.
I think they finally.
I haven't seen a picnic in a while.
I swear to you, man. There was a time if a certain minority broke down the side of the road, they had hibachis in their fucking cars, and they would start picnics on the side of the road waiting for the tow truck.
Lay a blanket down, start cooking. Kids are running all over the place.
And I know you've seen them too, but I haven't seen them lately.
They don't call them a picnic either. It was called another word that sounds like pick.
Yes.
But it was a derogatory term.
But I guess they finally said, you know what? We can't have picnics on the side of the parkways.
Yes.
Sorry, people, but you're going to have to find another place to do this.
Another place to fucking do it. It's a highway system here.
I haven't seen one of those in probably maybe 10 years. But there was a time you would see this shit.
All the time. All the fucking time.
I don't know what that was about. Yeah. Hey, I know we're doing too much traffic shit, but something happened to me Saturday night, and there's something going on out there, and hopefully someone with more knowledge could tell me what the fuck this is about.
Yeah, this is odd. I don't know if it's a thing.
I told Anthony, and he couldn't figure it out either.
Like, I've never seen it before.
So Saturday night, I'm on the Cross County Parkway. I got to make it local for people because this is about coming home at midnight on Saturday night. I pull onto the parkway. It's me, my wife, and my little kid. He's asleep. Had a good night out. And also I'm driving along about 60, 65 miles an hour, not too crazy. And all of a sudden, everyone jams on their brakes. Listen closely, because I need someone to fucking figure this out. Everyone jams on their brakes. So me as the driver, I'm thinking, okay, was there a fender bender? Did someone hit a deer? Is a deer crossing the road? And then I'm thinking my final option is someone having a problem with somebody else, another car. Maybe a car cut someone off. I'm going to fuck with you, right? So now we're at a complete stop on the Cross County Parkway. And I'm looking around. I'm in a group of cars. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? No one's moving. And I'm looking ahead, and I'm like, what the fuck? Someone has their, I forgot to tell you this, their brake lights on the whole time in the slow lane. All of a sudden, the guy with the brake lights on in the slow lane peels out. Peels the fuck out. And then everyone peels out. I'm like, all right. This was my first clue that there's a group of people doing something. So I get it back up to speed. And then all of a sudden, less than a mile down the road, the guy with the blinking lights in the slow lane, even though he was going the fastest, jams on his brakes again. Everyone jams on their brakes. And I swear to you, a car to my right goes into the guardrail and crashes. Not bad, but crashes his car. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So then I'm in the middle lane at this point, and I see there's an opening to the left. I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So I try to make a move to the left lane. A minivan pulls in front of me that's part of this group and doesn't let me go. Now I'm thinking, God damn it, I wish I was Anthony Cumia with a fucking gun. Because now I'm thinking, am I going to get carjacked? What's going on here? Then the guy gets out of the car and he's sort of pointing at this one car, and I'm like, are those the two having problems? And this guy just won't let it go. Then at that point, we look to our right, and there's a car next to us, and they're all laughing in the car. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Once again, the guy, because he got out of the car, this is key to it, the guy obviously was signaling something, because he got out of the car, he pointed at this one guy, I thought he was yelling at him, I thought he was having a problem with him, gets back in his car, he peels off by himself. I forgot to tell you that. About 100 to 200 yards down the parkway, jams on his brakes, and now reverses and comes back to the pile.
And this is a major highway.
Yes, Cross County Parkway. Wow. People know this fucking road. And then all of a sudden, the guy peels out again, and they all fucking take off again. Then they jammed on the brakes again, but at that point, I was lucky enough that I had an exit I could get off, and I was out of that.
Is that like a flash mob, but driving?
The cars
might be, right?
Like they're fucking with people, not you necessarily, but anybody who isn't them.
And they were young Hispanic people?
Yeah, they had...
Is that what we're...
Young, anywhere from, tough to tell, mid-20s to mid-30s probably. And
were they racing? Were there two of the cars racing? Were they blocking for people racing?
Dude, they all were. There was about, if I'm looking back now, at least 5 to 6 cars involved with this, at least. But as soon as the one guy stopped, they all would jam on their brakes.
So it's enough to fuck up all of the
I don't know if
traffic.
they were trying to get people to crash into each other behind them. I have no idea. I don't know what the fuck this was, but they were racing. Hold on a second here. Let me say hi to Marcos in Yonkers. Marcos.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
What's going on? What you saw was actually drag racing. What they do is a group of cars. It could be 10 to 15 cars. They stop on the parkway, and the first 2 cars peel off, and everyone else follows them to see who wins.
But they weren't even going that far.
Oh, so they stopped traffic so they could start.
Oh, they stopped traffic
race,
so they have.
And they got some room.
Oh, and maybe that's why maybe I couldn't get past them, because they didn't want anyone. They wanted just open road.
Right.
Yeah,
and then
that's exactly why.
They take off, and then the other guys follow them to see who won.
But then they all jam on the brakes at the same time.
Maybe they're all on phones? No, you can't all be on phones.
Then they do it again.
No, what it is that they stop the traffic behind them to make sure no police. Let's say there's a county cop way behind, they can't come up to the front. And they're all together, like they all roll together, and they go to different places and race like that.
And they were laughing and shit. But I mean, I saw a car accident. A guy got, was last guy into the pile, and I actually tried to avoid the car in front of him, and he hit the guardrail. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
When you're stopped, when you have to jam on the brakes like that, do you always think I'm going to be paralyzed by the guy behind me?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you look in the rearview mirror.
I always look,
and you look like, does it look like he's slowing down? Okay, he's slowing down. He's slowing down.
Yeah.
And then he's dead if someone else comes and rear ends him.
Yeah.
I think Marcos might be onto something, because it absolutely looked like some type of drag racing. But what was confusing me was they weren't going that far, and then the guy backing up his car on the parkway.
That makes perfect sense.
This guy had complete control of the road.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm trying to figure out what the end game is here. Are they going to carjack somebody? Are they hoping cars crash behind this group of cars?
Yeah, I could see what this guy means. They just stop traffic. Guys will race, then they take off, stop again. Yeah. Oh, it seems a little dangerous.
Yeah, it was. I was like, "Fuck! Why don't I have a gun?"
I would be thinking I was getting jacked.
Marcos, I think
Head
you're
on
onto
a swivel.
something. Thank you, sir. Let's go to Greg in California.
Greg.
Joe.
Hey.
Ow.
I'm down in Southern California, but up in Oakland, there's a group of blacks that'll shut down an entire highway and have a party in the middle of the highway, and they call it sideshows. You can look it up on the internet.
What do they call it?
Sideshows.
Sideshows.
But how do they close down the road without the authorities getting involved?
Yeah.
Everybody and stop the traffic that is coming, and then they'll park their cars in front of everybody, and then they'll just stop the entire fucking I-80 and have a party in the middle of the street. I shit you not.
I believe you. They do that shit in like Brazil, but they rob you. They do it in Mexico too, but they'll stop traffic and then go door to door, car to car with a machine gun.
Oh,
really?
And yeah, that's how you can get kidnapped, but they usually just rob you.
But with this Oakland situation, how long do the parties last before the cops go, all right, we got to stop the fucking party in the middle of the highway?
The cops usually can't get up there that fast because there's miles and miles
of traffic now because they shut it down. Wow.
So
some
they usually
motherfuckers.
have to go the other way and drive the opposite way on the highway, which is hard to do.
I gotta admit, I'm old. Finally,
Just have no idea.
It's time to
shit
throw
like
in.
this is going on.
Dude, it's time to throw in the youth hat, man, because this shit going on out there, I have no idea about anymore. I used to know shit. I didn't know this drag racing thing where they're stopping all traffic so they can fucking race.
I don't know about sideshows.
Sideshows we're learning about today. I didn't know about this shit. The fuck?
I read a few great articles on a few more flash mob fucking robberies and beatings over the weekend, and some of the mainstream news is starting to actually say these are groups of black men, teens and men that are doing this. 15 to 20 of them coming up and just beat the piss out of some fucking guy, robbed him, and then again another group of about 15 just beat up some guy, took his bike, and it's just like fucking. I'm glad someone's acknowledging that there's a problem in a certain community with these flash mob robberies.
When you just as you're saying, I thought we were going to break. I was just going to jokingly tease something like, "Hey, we're kind of winning a certain battle." In the Daily News, Central Park, Seek 4 in Central Park mugging, and there's a picture of he's a black suspect. But it says police received a sketch of the subject who's described as a black male, and they say the other three subjects are black males, aged 14. And there was a while where they
wouldn't say
they weren't doing. They were not saying the word.
I'm noticing a trend now, and I think it has to do with a lot of this happening. That people want to know.
People are sick of it.
Yeah.
People, if you're legitimately describing a person and you're describing the sweatshirt they're wearing, which they could change, but not the skin color.
Yeah.
Saying somebody's a white suspect or a black suspect automatically excludes a lot of people.
Right. Yes.
But when you say that the suspect is described as 5'10" with a burgundy sweatshirt, what the fuck? Just say this.
A Van Heusen sweater.
Yes. He was blinking a lot and he had glasses and a cowlick. Why don't you just say, we don't have the courage to list certain aspects of this?
Yeah.
And I wonder if the reporters got sick of it. They're like, what are we doing?
They probably did. I think the people are getting sick of it.
Sick of it.
When you read about these flash mob robberies and beatings, just random violence that's going on, and realize, it's mostly, from what I've seen on videos and read and researched, mostly young black guys. For some reason, they just want to go out and beat the fuck out of people. And it should be described that way in the paper. Yeah, that's who did it. Why don't we say who did it?
I want to see a video of sideshow. These sideshows that are going on. They called sideshows on the highway?
Sideshows? Yeah, what the fuck?
Here's a guy that does... Oh, all right, perfect. I'm going to get my answer. Drew in Jersey. Drew.
Yeah, this happens all the time. Like, they go on industrial roads or highways, anything, and they'll block off traffic. You see the hazard lights. The two up front will race, either from a stop or from, like, rolling from miles per hour, and they'll race, and they'll stop again, they'll race. You can go on YouTube, and you could just type in, like, a car.
Are you part of this, Drew?
I've engaged in a couple.
It scared the shit out of me, because I didn't know what the fuck it was.
What, do you got, a Toyota Corolla with a wing on the back?
Civic.
So is there
Civic?
Is there one guy that kind of just cues everyone to stop the traffic? And how many cars are involved usually? And how many cars are racing? Like, I need to know the whole thing, because there were definitely a couple guys who absolutely seemed to be racing, but then there were everyone else taking off at the same time behind them. So how many cars do you usually get together?
Usually what happens is they're able to meet up at a place, like, I don't know, like a Dunkin' Donuts. They'll fill up the parking lot, and they'll, like, negotiate a race or something, and, like, a whole parking lot, it could be 50, 100 cars. They all leave. They go to a spot, and they'll do it. So it could be a lot of cars.
But you have stopped traffic on a main highway?
I haven't done on a highway, mostly, like, industrial roads.
I know. This was on the Cross County Parkway. People know it. Like they live in the area.
All
right.
Yeah.
Well,
there's that other one where you go neck and neck with somebody at about 30, 40 miles an hour, and then you give 3 beeps on the horn, bam, 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 and on the third beep you both fucking just take off. That's like a flying start. That's not a standstill.
Right.
So if you ever hear 3 fucking beeps,
get the fuck out of the way.
Just slow down.
And one more, and then we'll move on. Bill in Boston. Bill.
Hey, Opie.
Hello, Bill.
The reason why they were going short distances is that's what drag racing is. Do you guys remember?
No, I know what drag racing is. But, I mean, what's the shortest drag race, though?
2 feet.
Well,
you want to do a quarter mile? Come on.
Do you guys remember 495 when you lived up in Massachusetts?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what we used to do is we used to go out about 2:30 in the morning and do this. There's a whole lot less, guys with their wife and baby out in that point in time, and you're not fucking anybody over. You just start, you have 4 guys stop the lines, and then you just take off. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, but my point, once again, is then there's other cars involved to stop all traffic on the highway, so you guys got open road. All right,
Well, that's what we used to do, but
starting to understand
seem
this.
to be a little less responsible with it.
All right, so
Less responsible. If you're doing it at all, it's irresponsible.
what are you going to do?
It's really
I've
not
seen your videos, Anthony. Come on.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, you got some crazy ones.
I don't go down the highway like that.
All right, brother.
Or maybe I do.
Someone say look up World's Wildest Sideshows on YouTube.
World's Wildest Sideshows on Spike.
Are we learning about sideshows today? I'd never heard this term before. Have you heard the sideshow term
I've
before?
never heard of this. Wildest Sideshows. I don't know what this is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this could be the right video. Oh, they're showing up.
They're zooming in on
California. They're showing Oakland. Yeah, yo.
So far, it's just a map still. Map.
Oakland.
Wildest Sideshows.
Uncensored, bitch. Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, look at Coal Burner. Oh, God. This is my nightmare. These are my nightmares. Look, fights. They're just fucking... They're driving their cars around and peeling out in the intersections, making a lot of smoke. And it's just wild black guys fucking doing wild shit. The doors are open. They open the doors, hang out of them, and start doing fucking burnouts. Now that it's all the chicks doing the ass dance out the windows of the cars. Where is this?
I'll tell you one thing.
Why is this part of America?
They're having more fun than we do on the weekends.
Yeah, it's fun. Look,
they've just completely taken over the street.
Yeah, look.
No one could use that street.
No, this street is unusable. But who really wants to drive down that street anyway, I bet.
Everyone's now out of their
cars. It's just chicks
booty
like fucking
dancing.
doing their fuck me in the ass dance. In the
I like
trunk.
this.
He was riding in the trunk, cut loose. Look, they're standing all over the cars.
Yeah, I think this is great. I think it's great because do everything that you're doing because it's more of a chance for me to succeed.
Yes,
you know what
true.
I mean? Don't use your brain. Spend all your money on rims because now I have a better shot.
Don't they have to get up for jobs tomorrow?
Oh, Opie. Look at these guys. What I'm seeing here is beyond anything.
You know what this is? It's Beatnik. What was it called?
Freaknik.
Freakniks. Excuse me. Freaknik. This is Freaknik. We saw this shit in Atlanta at one time.
They don't like shutting their doors when they drive for some reason. Oh, my God.
And you know what, too? They don't like to walk on sidewalks when there's perfectly good sidewalk available. I don't understand
Walk
what that
in the
means.
street, yo.
Oh, great question coming in, Ant. Great question coming in. Kind of like this song.
I know.
I was really quite enjoying that.
Digging on it.
Silly Goose, a regular, he writes, Ant, would you rather live a month in Oakland, basically in the area we just saw?
Uh-huh.
This is gonna be a rough one. Or, and you got to answer. You have to answer.
Jesus.
Or live a month with your ex.
Holy shit. Wow, what a great question.
This could be the perfect question.
All right.
You saw the video. You have to live right in the middle of that shit.
I could logically figure this out.
All right.
I have to live in that place for a month.
Yeah.
Or with the ex-wife for a month.
Yeah.
If I chose the ex-wife,
right,
I'd be living the rest of my life with those people. Because I will have killed my wife. So I will go with Oakland for a month.
Wow.
Because I would end up in prison.
Wow.
Call it Oaktown.
Oaktown?
Is that what they call it?
Oaktown.
I don't know. I think so.
Oh, this is sideshow niggas mobbing on females. Yo.
Well.
In East Oakland.
Well, you got to.
Oaktown.
If you got the females, you got to do some of that mobbing.
Look, they just drive around in circles. Are they mobbing? What are they saying?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you can't hear them. They're mobbing on some females. What is mobbing? Is that like rape?
I just took my last shot. Hey, come over here.
Come over here. Get in the core.
That's a scary accent to me.
Oh, it is.
West Coast black guys don't fucking play games.
Nah, man, that scares the shit
Get
out
out the
of me.
core. Get out the motherfucking core.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a scary one. I
That's
don't
a
like
fucking
that.
hardcore West Coast.
She's going to get her did.
And I got the final piece of the puzzle of what happened to me Saturday.
All right.
They go short distances. Thank you, Sean. I don't have time to go to you. Because of exits on the parkway.
Oh.
And entrance ramps.
Oh.
Because they're trying to keep it safe, like they're trying to race without anybody else on the road.
Right.
So they go
They don't
the
want to
short...
rear end some fucking station wagon.
Right, so they go short distances because,
Oh, okay.
they don't want people coming in, onto the parkway in front of them.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now I understand what happened to me this Saturday.
Do you think honest Abe Lincoln would have been at one of the sideshow niggas mobbing on females? I wonder if he saw that coming.
There's probably a lot of things he didn't see coming.
I understand.
Smartphones.
I know. I'm just saying.
Believe me.
I just chose one thing. I just chose sideshow niggas mobbing on females.
But let's just say, look at Anthony Weiner's scandal. Do you think George Washington saw that coming? That someday a member of his government would photograph their cock and send it out to everybody?
Jimmy, I am not arguing a bit. I just chose one thing. You chose another.
Mr. Weiner is...
It didn't go away.
No.
No school shootings this weekend. No fucking plane crashes.
No.
He's MIA.
No.
Oh, yeah, okay. We got a break. We're just battling now.
Tonight, can I plug one thing? It's not even for me. I just saw it in the paper.
Yeah.
The HBO has a Bobby Fischer documentary.
Ooh.
It's called Tonight, 9 o'clock. I just saw that in the Daily News. And I saw Bonnie McFarlane at the Cellar this weekend, Rich's wife, and we chatted about Bobby Fischer. So now I'm just going to annoy her until she watches something on Bobby Fischer. So please retweet Bonnie McFarlane on her Twitter and tell her to watch the Bobby Fischer documentary.
That must
she
be
was asking questions.
That must be something for her to be able to actually have an intelligent conversation with somebody every so often, and then having to go home.
She looked good too.
Did she?
Oh yeah, but she said Rich is in Minneapolis.
Speaking of that, did you see him on the local TV?
Oh God,
you saw that too?
Yeah, I saw that.
See, that's why you got to be on Twitter. Someone goes, "We follow you. We don't actually have to be on Twitter. Whatever. Then follow us.
Whatever.
Just check out our shit because there's some great stuff always going around." Someone was tweeting Rich on local TV in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Where he's flirting with the on-air host, and he's wearing his crazy golf outfit.
His golf outfit. That was funny.
It was pretty funny. Oh, Jimmy, when we get back, in case people forgot, we'll explain this when we get back.
Hey, it's time for the Get Your Ass Off the Couch and Go Do Something report. Here's my buddy, Doc Doc.
Thank you, Bap Bap.
Sirius XM, the virus.
Sheriff, it looks like we found another body.
This is the third one this week.
I think it's about time we call in the FBI.
Somewhere out there, a killer is on the loose.
Why, yes, Sheriff. I have been following that story in the papers.
It used to be such a peaceful little town.
And there's only one man who can catch him.
Now, don't you worry. I'm going to send my best man down there to help you in your investigation.
But he was busy.
Here comes fucking Ferret Face. Whatever.
All right, Agent Voss. Someone's out there murdering innocent women. I want you to go down there and assist the local sheriff. You're one of the bad. Get down there and help the sheriff.
How could he be a profiler? His vocabulary is so bad.
Yeah, but no one listens. This summer, the Opie and Anthony Show presents a comedy about an idiotic comedian pretending to be an FBI agent.
So you work a lot of murders before?
Now we're doing mainly a lot on terrorists and terrorist-type threats and stuff like that. But, back in the day, it was more murders.
What are some of the cases you worked on?
Seattle, the Green River, what do you call it? Look, I can't talk a lot about it. I don't get this much in detail.
Starring Jim Norton.
He just keeps saying profilers, other profilers, profile.
And Rich Voss.
Great minds think a lot. I like it.
Oh, my God.
The Profiler. Coming to a theater nowhere near you or anyone else. Thank baby Jesus. Sirius XM.
XM, the virus. The Opie and Anthony Show.
We got Dan Weldon coming in today.
Yes.
Exactly. He's the guy that lucked out and won the Indianapolis 500 because Dummy crashed on the last lap.
Oops.
And then Dan Weldon said, well, I'll fucking win this thing. And he did just that.
Yeah.
So we talked to him today because he's got a good story. He's sitting there in second place going, oh, well, I'll
take second. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, I'm going to win this thing now.
What's that up ahead?
So we'll talk to him for 5 minutes and get him the fuck out of here. You know, just fucking off already. It's like the catch you were saying.
Oh, my God, like the catch. Remember the catch?
Is he going to write a whole book on this?
Didn't Dan Weldon used to drive the Sirius car?
Did he?
Did he? That's what Denver Pest is saying.
Then I think we talked to this guy before.
And then someone says no.
Oh, okay.
So
end of discussion.
Sirius never sponsored Indy, only XM did. Well, I'm just reading a conversation between two people. This is great.
Do we still have
yes,
Josh Gad coming in Thursday?
Who?
We do, right?
Got a thumbs
oh,
up
yeah. From Book of Mormon.
He was not in the one I saw. I saw it Saturday.
You finally saw it?
He wasn't his second, whatever they call it, the understudy, did it because he was, I guess, in a throat thing.
Yeah.
And it's so funny when they announced right before the play started, tonight the part of Brother, whatever we played by, and I was sitting next to like a 60-year-old woman, and she was like, oh, that blows. This blows.
Wow.
She was 60 years old, and she kept saying, this blows. Dude, it was fucking great.
A theater goer.
Well, he's nominated for a Tony. She wanted to see him. I didn't know the difference.
I think they should never tell the audience because I bet you 90% of the audience wouldn't even know.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jason something. But it was fucking, what a masterpiece the Book of Mormon is.
Good, huh?
Dude, I'm not a musical person. I hate musicals. I fucking hate them.
You're not looking at the program going, oh, fuck, only 12 songs to go? Did you do any of that shit?
When you do that.
I fucking...
it was a long night.
I loved it. It was brilliant. The songs were really great. It's fucking hilarious. It's smart. It's like I had heard it so... It was better than I thought it would be.
Wow.
I really liked it. And there was a couple... I was by myself. I wish I would have went with a friend or a fucking chick or something because I laughed out loud at a few of the lines and a few of the things really caught me off guard. Oh.
Wow, really?
Those guys are fucking...
They are fucking
so
brilliant.
Ballsy and edgy and
give
fucking...
it away. Most people listening to us will never see this because
But there's really nothing to give away. It's
faraway lands.
It's simply about Mormons, and the story is known. It's about a group of Mormons who are...
Joe Smith?
Yeah, they discuss how the Mormon church began, and there's a group of them that go to Africa. They're all being assigned places, and this group goes to Uganda to try to convert Africans to Mormonism, or Mormon, whatever you call it. And it's fucking amazing how good it is. So I don't know how... Josh is supposed to be great, but the guy that subs for him, they say it was phenomenal too.
Yeah.
Such a good... It's sold out for months. They don't need us promoting it, but it was a real... I cannot rave enough about how much I loved it.
It's a hit.
It's hilarious, dude.
I go Wednesday. I can't wait.
Really brilliant. Really brilliant. It's like they're so good. This is what Matt and Trey are so good at. Absolute ridicule. They're amazing at absolute ridicule without anger. Like that's the thing about them that's so great, and that to me is what makes Colin great, is the way they can absolutely dissect something without anger. And that's anger blocks what I do sometimes and what a lot of other people do. It's hard to not be angry. It's a blocker. But the way they do it, you get the point. They make fools out of the people they're trying to make fools out of. For them, they kill everybody equally. They're just great. But it makes me angry after I see something like that, or South Park, because those guys, it makes me hate people, not them. I love that. I think they're amazing.
Yeah.
But it makes me hate people so much because literally they're singing brutal songs, some of them. Some of them weren't brutal, and some of them were brutal. Thank you. And there's old women laughing at it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, it is possible. It is possible to sell this to an audience.
To actually make it mainstream.
It makes me hate people because they only accept brutal parody from certain avenues.
Yeah.
You think?
Yes. The
Absolutely.
cartoons. People love it in the cartoon, or maybe the networks only accept it. And that's not the fault of the artist. That's the fault of the networks and the public.
I think people would accept it in other forums, but I think for some reason the people that are in charge are the ones that are scared.
That's possible.
And only go with the safe way, which is through cartoons,
Possibly.
like you're saying.
Or the advertisers. Yeah, that's true, because they accepted it from Carlin. They do accept it from stand-ups.
Yeah.
But
It makes me hate the companies
I think
more.
the people in charge of these companies
Yeah.
are the ones really fucking it up for everybody.
Yeah.
Radio, they don't. That's for sure. Radio's under the microscope all the time.
Radio sucks.
You slip up and they fucking nail you.
It's so good, dude. It's so good.
I go, like I said, I go in a
that
couple
one.
days, and then he's coming in Thursday.
Yeah. I mean, even though he wasn't, I didn't matter that he wasn't. It was still a great fucking piece of work.
I deal with understudies. Who cares? Get up there and fucking entertain. I'm fine with it.
Well, if you're the understudy on that one, you're. And the guy was, he didn't miss anything. Obviously, it was.
And it turns out these understudies only get sometimes they never get on the stage.
Well, this guy,
and if
had
they
a
do,
couple,
it's only a couple tops out of a whole run.
Yeah, you want that fucker to get sick, I guess.
Right. Oh, of course.
I know this part.
He was great.
You're fucking giving him old mayonnaise on his sandwiches and everything, anything to get him sick. So
yeah.
So you got a shot up there.
Never ask your understudy to get you lunch. I would guess that's probably a rule of
or anything
thumb.
to drink.
Yeah. We'll put some shit in there.
I would, if I was an understudy, I would absolutely give him explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, you have to.
Yes.
Starts gurgling and percolating before showtime, and you're all fucking ready
you're
to
already
go.
warming up your voice.
Here I go. La, 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 la. What's the matter?
What was the last musical you went to, and did you like it?
Last musical I went to, I believe, was a Disney production.
Oh boy!
Of it could be The Little Mermaid.
Oh boy!
Or it was yeah, big smiles. Little Mermaid or Beauty and the Beast. I'm not sure which one.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's that Disney drivel. So it's all those little songs and fucking lots of very expensive sets and shit like that.
I think I saw.
I went alone. It was just something I felt I wanted to do. Actually, girls will always drag you to those things. I
went to that Jekyll and Hyde with Sebastian Bach.
Wow, that was the last show.
You friends with him?
Ago. No. Has he ever done our show?
I don't think so. Maybe
I did my
think
Boneyard
he
show with him.
called
He's
in or
fucking
something.
hilarious. An animal.
We've had him on.
He's crazy.
I think we did phoners with him.
He's a great guest.
And
I saw him in Rocky Horror.
He knows how to
when they
fucking
brought
sing.
That back
Oh, yeah.
around.
That Jekyll and Hyde.
The musical. I thought you meant the restaurant you went with him. I'm so.
No.
I swear to God, that's
hell
why I
no.
said you're friends with him.
We went to Jekyll. We went to Jekyll and Hyde once years ago, and it got ripped off. That's where they ripped off
Stole
his
my
credit card.
That Jekyll and Hyde stole my credit card.
Not the actual credit card, but they got his number.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant scam this guy had. Oh, you just talked about the scam last week. Sorry. A brilliant scam this guy had. He had a card reader.
Card reader in his little apron.
And he was just zipping.
And when you'd give him your card to pay the bill, while he's walking from the table to the register, he would go in his apron, swipe the card in his card reader, and then I guess when he got home, he'd plug it into his computer, run off a bunch of blanks with the fucking shit on it, and
What a
get the
brilliant
info
scam.
and do shit. So
And you're thinking nothing of it because your card's out of your hands for 2 minutes.
yeah,
not
2
even.
minutes. Who's gonna fucking do anything? So yeah, he got all that info, and they bought like $800 worth of phone equipment on it. But Amex, they're good like that. You call them up and they say, "All right."
I don't even know if the restaurant
Stop
Jekyll and
paying.
Hyde is good. I don't remember.
That was a while ago. They were trying to do and I remember talking to the owner years ago. They were trying to pull off the Adventurers Club vibe from Disney, where you'd go into the Adventurers Club and it was like you're not eating. It was pretty much just drinking there.
Mm-hmm.
But there'd be shows going on and weird fucking eclectic people in costumes and things like that. And they were trying to bring that to New York, but whatever.
Jekyll and Hyde restaurant?
Yeah.
Is that gone? It's still there.
No, it's still there, but it's kind of like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Who goes?
I went years ago when I first started doing like NEW. There was like a fan party there, like one of those message board parties. That was like 2001.
Got a great beer selection. I'll give them that.
Do they?
Yeah.
I want to go to what's the one, the one where they have the fucking, Excalibur shit, the restaurant, Medieval Times?
Oh, Medieval Times. We all went.
Is it good or is it terrible?
You know what? It all depends on who you go with, because I went with like Eastside Dave and shit.
You got to bring fun people.
It was fucking hilarious. Dave is just over the top. It was absolutely like Cable Guy having Eastside Dave there. He puts on the crown and he's got a sword. Oh, yeah, it was hilarious.
Where is this place?
This place is in, where is that, Jersey? Maybe.
Somewhere in Jersey?
Yeah.
Nice work.
And, you know, each section gets their own coat of arms to root for their night. Yeah, you go there and you get into the moment. You put on, you go out and you buy like your beer glasses and fucking crown hats and swords.
Beer glasses. That's what every girl who fucks me is wearing.
Medieval Times.
Medieval Times. Ah, yes. And food.
Is it bad?
Well, you know, you're not really going for the food. It's just some fucking bad chicken or...
Are you doing the get off the couch and do something report?
Yeah.
That's right. You should go to Medieval Times.
Well, you know, it's funny. I went and got, I went to Morton's.
Yeah, no, never mind.
And had that's on you. And I had a fucking big Sunday dessert. I don't know why I'm thinking of that, but I like a nice meal with a nice dessert.
Ooh.
I shared it with my ex and I went and I had a nice...
You like Morton's Steakhouse?
Love it. Love Morton's.
Yeah, I like.
I was going to go to Porterhouse, which is also amazing.
Porterhouse. Look at these shoes.
I went to the Morton's here in the city, and I'm sitting there. This was, I guess, last week.
Because it sounds like Norton's. That's why I like it.
Right.
Oh.
And I'm sitting there. I'm like, why does this place look familiar? Because I do a lot of steak joints, but I haven't been to Morton's in a while. And there's a place called Quality Meats. I think
I've eaten there, yeah.
That's a really.
We saw a person with a genetic deformation in Quality Meats, an Asian guy. His lip literally probably weighed 5 pounds.
Oh,
and he had a giant tongue. Yeah, he was a disgusting. People would be moving their tables. He sat down and people at the table said, "We move." I felt bad for him though.
Fuck that! I'd pull my camera out.
Well, Monster Boy just wants to sit and eat.
You should go in the back and just throw it on the grill. Put your lip on the grill.
You sure it was his lip and not a porterhouse that got stuck?
Dude, it was
just eating a whole steak.
It was hanging past his chin, and it was fat. It was obviously a horrible.
Can't you cut that?
You really should.
Do something.
Ow, I can't. I hate things. Medical anomalies like that.
I'm sitting in this Morton's, and I'm going, why the fuck does this place look familiar? I haven't been here in years, right?
Oh, sorry, my new favorite commercial. The United Healthcare girl on the surfboard commercial.
Boogie board, actually, right?
Oh, yeah. Look at this slow motion ass shot. She's going by, and then they slow it down even more, right?
Yeah, cheeks.
That's great.
For United Healthcare. You know what they're selling there, right?
Ass.
Young
fucking ass.
They want you to look at her.
Well, she's a pretty girl.
Yeah,
she's going by, and everybody's hoping that you look from her legs up to her pussy.
The violent way you say that is just the best. So,
yeah, sorry.
I don't give a fuck.
So distracted.
I'm in Morton's and I'm going, why does this place look familiar? And it finally hit me. It was the place that Dice caused the fucking scene.
With the butterfly fucking steak
where
that
he had
made.
the whole restaurant just looking at his steak on the grill, because the grill's right there.
Yeah.
They cook the steaks pretty much right in the room with you.
Do you remember when I asked you,
God,
I want my potato grilled?
So I'm telling the story to the people that I'm with. How many times did he
sent it back?
Sent it back.
3,
Oh my God.
The steak 3 times, but the potato a couple times too, right?
It was awful.
Yeah.
It got to the point it was embarrassing for everybody. It went from fun. It went from he had a real problem to it's funny to I just want to leave. This is really embarrassing.
Yeah, it's really embarrassing and uncomfortable, and they're going to spit in all of our food. And
what day did you go?
Well, a couple Fridays ago.
Oh, okay.
And at one point they had everyone in a circle around the grill staring at Dice's steak as they try to cook it properly for him.
Because like 10 seconds plus or minus was too much or too little for Dice.
Right.
Like it had to be done perfectly.
And it was funny because when he walked in there, obviously very recognizable guy, there's a whole bunch of us. It was at least 10, 12 of us, I think.
Big group.
And everyone's excited. Dice is at Morton's. Oh, my God. It went from excitement to... They hated him by the end of that. They're like, I don't care. He's recognizable.
Yeah.
He's driving us nuts. And I think that's what Dice was going for that day.
Oh, yeah, I think he was. Absolutely.
I think he decided to just fucking be a goofball.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
The bread, the fucking place is amazing, man. I had a medium well filet mignon, and that you can't not eat the bread, the hot fucking onion bread. You can't not.
You like medium well?
Yes, I like well.
What's
I like
wrong with you?
Always
medium.
Wow.
No, I like it medium well because they don't. When they cook medium well,
do you like your pussy like that too?
No, I like my steak the same way I like my pussy with our gratin potatoes next to it. No, I like it medium well. I don't like rare meat at all.
You need a little pinky on the
No way, man.
I like it
charred on the outside.
No, I like charred on the outside, but I like a rare steak.
I don't.
Not rare.
Too
like
chewy.
medium rare, but I slice it real thin.
No.
Oh, it's so
I don't live on the Serengeti. I don't need fucking. I don't need it fucking. What, I want the hoof on the thing too. I like it nice and medium, but they don't. When they cook medium well, it really is just medium well. They don't ruin it.
Well,
they don't ruin it.
Yeah, you can't. I don't know. I like it a little fucking on the rarer side.
Well, this is just. I just wanted to get off my ass and do something.
Oh Jesus, no!
All right, we'll play this.
Oh no! Come on.
I had referenced this last week. It's the Get Off the Couch and Do Something report. This goes back to WAAF, the only station that really rocks.
Jesus
and
Christ!
This could be 15 years ago.
This is probably 15 fucking years old. This
that's the only excuse we got.
That's the only one there is. Dave Douglas, the PD, made me do this fucking segment where I had to go through the fucking local rag and find where bands were playing in Boston and announce it to the people.
He wanted us to do segments.
He was a big segment guy.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
We'll make sure the oranges are all stacked nice.
Yeah.
Last I heard, he was working at a supermarket.
Yep.
Oh.
Opie and fucking Anthony. Motherfuckers.
We drove him nuts. But
I'm running the produce section here at the supermarket. Things are going real good.
I don't know if he's really working at a supermarket. I heard it got so bad he was a greeter. At a supermarket. I heard that. I don't know how true it is.
Fantastic.
I know he had a very religious wife that hated us.
Yeah, and I think that affected what he did with our show.
Yeah, there was some conflict there.
Right, because you go home and the wife says, "Hey, what's that?"
You know, you're on a station that your name is attached to a station that does shit like that.
That's all I was imagining when he went home.
Well, we were the only station that really rocks.
Why would you say shit like that?
And that song by Live where the fetus hits the floor, right?
Oh yeah.
This was back in
the placenta falls to the floor.
Excuse me. Thank you, Ed. This was back when you could get away with a lot on the radio, way before it got as PC as it has gotten.
Oh, you just play the Who and let them say, "Who the fuck are you?"
All that shit.
And it would go right through.
But we're on this like rocket station, and it was supposed to be really edgy, and he had an edit made.
So the whole first verse to Lightning Crashes.
Thank you. Yeah,
but Live was cut out. And then it started with the second verse because he didn't like the placenta falls to the floor was like a little too...
and that was personal taste because every other station was playing it.
Every station
was. The way Live meant it to be.
And you know what's so fucked up about how, like, I was embarrassed by that, and we never spoke of it really. But the other stations, like, why wouldn't... BCN, some of the personalities have jumped on that and called us faggots or pussies or whatever. Like that's because that's what we did and wound up like winning in the ratings over those stations because we would have jumped on that.
Know why?
Shit.
Because those guys were faggots and pussies. Pussies. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But Dave Dickless made us do this segment because it was like the one thing I think that was ever sold on our show, sponsored.
Yeah.
So I had to do it. I remember I skipped it once, and he really got mad at me.
Really?
Yeah.
God,
had to do it at 6 o'clock. Had to do it at 6 o'clock on the nosy. And I skipped it one day. I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. I don't give a shit.
I don't remember this at all.
And he's like, that's part of your job. You have to do. I was like, shut up. Shut up.
Have some pride.
Have some pride. Boys down at IBM want these.
Have some pride.
Yeah. They expect to see the Captain Hook uniform. Have some pride.
Have some pride.
That Captain Hook uniform represent. That boss was an asshole. The same type.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, look, there he is.
What is that
Dave
picture?
Douglas.
Let me see.
Sex man found it.
But who's he with?
He's with Kid Rock.
Oh, that's Kid Rock?
Amazing
My
how
angle,
people
I can't
find this
That's Kid
shit.
Rock before anyone knew who Kid Rock was.
It's one of those FMQB, in history.
Yes. Well, there's Dave Douglas.
Stupid mustache.
Was he a big
God,
guy or
I just
no?
want to punch him.
No.
Mustache is a little worm.
Mustaches are starting to come back for some reason, but
Yeah, I just lived through the whole phase where it didn't. I'm going to shave mine when it comes back.
And
I'm a rebel.
the mid-'90s, it certainly was not the thing to be
No, it was all
wearing.
about the goatee
Right.
during the 90s.
But Dave had just a regular 70s porn mustache.
Yes, indeed.
And trying to work for this hip rock station.
Oh, he was the worst, man.
Sorry, Dave, but you really were.
God.
Was he unpleasant to work for?
I can't even spin it 15 years
Horrible.
later.
He had no way of communicating with the bands. Thank God for John Osterlin, the Ozone that
Yeah,
worked
Ozone
there,
was great.
because there was just no one that could communicate with the bands and the record fucking guys that would come around and shit.
Who's all that?
Who was that?
He's
That's
with Dave
him.
Mustaine and I guess record people.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Is that Mustaine right next to him, right?
Yeah,
Never realized how young Dave was. I always pictured him as the old fuddy-duddy guy. He wasn't all that old, was he?
He's probably
time.
He's probably only a few years older than us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, probably.
Well, we were faking our age, though.
Oh, well.
You guys
Why
are
not?
pretending you were younger?
Man, we had to be fucking rocking. We weren't married. We didn't have girlfriends. We were fucking 10 years younger than we were. It was just the worst. But they told us to do this shit. It's a rock station. The demo is, anywhere from fucking 16 to 22. And we're like,
We needed to sound available.
we're like mid-30s.
It wasn't that bad.
Just fucking, we needed to sound like we were, going out every night, boozing it up, which I was, but, hitting the clubs.
And we had to bring our broads to the parties.
Ugh. Oh, God, some of those fucking gigs, though. Wow. Oh, Club Cadillac.
All right.
Fucking Kahlua girls at Club Cadillac. I'm fucking just drunken make-out session with some chick with braces. She had fucking braces.
you wanna fuck her?
Oh, did I ever want to fuck her?
It's one of my favorite stories of all time. The day we said no to skinny dipping, with 19-year-olds.
With fucking a chick,
19 and 20-year-olds.
Kahlua girls with braces.
Who said, I quote, we're getting some beer and we're going skinny dipping.
We're going skinny dipping.
Are you guys in?
Why didn't you just go?
And we said no.
I have to get back to my wife.
We said no. Jimmy, we said no.
One of the biggest regrets in my life.
You
Absolutely.
never saw
Right
her
there.
again, did you?
Nope.
And it wasn't like there was a lot of email or things where you could go look.
No,
It
there
just
was nothing. It was done.
But no one would have
Game
blamed.
over.
No one would have blamed us. Our relationships were shit.
Even if they were
the
great, I wouldn't have
shitter
blamed you.
then. I was such an idiot. I should have fucked her. I should have went skinny dipping. I should have.
I'd love to go with you.
What did I do? Yeah, well,
They
go
might have
now.
been-
in the
they-
bathroom, the
they-
toilet, standing in the toilet tank.
Yeah, we each have one foot in the tank, one foot in the bowl, just jerking each other off and kissing. Like holding onto each other's shoulders so we don't fall.
Oh, we're just skinny dipping.
And when you're about to come, I'll reach into the septic tank and splash water on you so you feel like we're
Yes.
frolicking. Come while we frolic.
Oh, that is an awful, awful picture you painted. Holy shit!
I love when the skinny dipping story comes up. It's one of my favorite things ever. The day we said no.
And they were.
They couldn't have been
hot.
more. Maybe 20.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They would, dude. They were so hot.
Maybe. Remember,
And
we
just-
were thinking about, well, we'll go skinny dipping, and then I'll just dump my fucking truck in the lake.
Yeah, we actually were saying maybe we can drive the truck in the lake and say that we lost control of the vehicle. Like this was a viable option, and that way we could be wet and not.
Would it have gotten you, like, did your chicks know you were supposed to be back by like 10?
They
and it was
knew
already...
we were at a gig.
They were together waiting for us to show back up.
They knew we were at a gig, and they knew, girls were at these fucking gigs, and they were constantly jealous.
They were
and
on high
kinda
alert
giving
to
a shit.
begin with.
Always high alert. if we came home stinking of some fucking
swamp and pussy,
Massachusetts fucking swamp, and vagina and nice fucking 20-year-old vagina smell.
You imagine that fucking braces lips on your dick though, looking up, seeing her kiss your balls.
Stop. I know. Please believe me.
Who says no to skinny dipping with 20-year-olds? When you're in your mid-30s.
Oh, I know. Oh, God. What a fucking dummy.
You regret that one, don't you?
One of the biggest regrets of my life.
How was her body?
It was stunning.
She probably would have kissed you while she fucked
stunning.
you. She probably would have wrapped her legs around you.
Yes.
And she probably would have said, look, I'm not 20. And as you were ready to come, she probably would have said, like,
what now? I'm ready to come, what now?
I'm a lot younger. She would have told you I'm a lot younger.
But don't tell the people at Kahlua because,
Yeah, her lips would have tasted like cherry or something from her little lip gloss.
Yeah, lip gloss.
And obviously those relationships we had were ending.
Yeah.
They were going to end.
Oh, my God.
Well, I guess at that time, to be fair, I didn't know it was going to end yet, but...
I did.
Wait, as you were about as you were fucking her and was about to come, she would have coughed, and then she would have just forced out diarrhea shit all over your balls. And then diarrhea shit all over your fucking big low hangers.
Would have ruined the fucking moment.
It would have wrecked everything.
Do you remember when we went to... I don't know if I've ever told this story on the air. Maybe I have, but it's been a long time. Remember the time we went to, I think it was Ten's Show Club?
Ten's Show Club.
Was that the one right over the border that we used to go to every once in a while? So. Remember we went as a group? And my chick at the time, extremely jealous.
Yeah.
Extremely jealous girl. But she says, yeah, let's do this. This will be fun.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of us. Bunch of couples. There's probably... bunch of other people from the radio station. We're at a gig somewhere close to Tens, and we're like, yeah, let's go. Well, they treat us nice there. We'll drink for free and all that. And so I'm at 10 show club, and of course I start looking at the girls.
Yeah, of course.
She gave me this look of death. I'm like,
what are you there for?
What the fuck am I? So I remember just staring at beer taps.
Oh,
because I didn't want to deal with it.
So you couldn't even look at the girls.
No.
That's wonderful.
I'm like, why are we even here then?
Great relationship.
Why are we even here? And then I remember I'm at the bar, and then I'm staring through beer taps, and then I'm trying to get glimpses either through the beer taps themselves or kind of look over. But in all fairness, I didn't want to deal with it.
Ugh.
I'm like, why are we here then? You agreed to come in here, and now you're mad because I'm looking at the naked girls? Are you kidding me?
Believe me,
none of this shit made sense to me.
Back then, it was just like...
Because then all you had to say was, look, I feel uncomfortable. I don't think, I want to do this. All right. I probably would have said, all right, we'll go do something else. But she agreed.
So I was on the verge of getting laid back then, and then the dumb fucking wife would get in the way.
Dude, you're the greatest... I know these are old stories. I apologize, but they're great stories, and maybe there's people hearing them for the first time. Anthony, oh my God, we had maybe they were 17-year-olds in the rock bus with that.
Oh God, that fucking one was great.
This girl was 17, just built for sex. This one girl, and then her friend
amazing.
That was a little frumpy, but she had youth on her side, so she was all right, too.
Yeah.
And Ant gets the brilliant idea to make them do fucking headstands without panties on.
Yeah, that was my old ploy.
And then remember we started making...
We started drawing on them with Sharpies, and we were writing all over their tits, and the girl took her top and bra off, and we both just went like... They were amazing.
They had 17-year-old cones,
well
developed.
Yeah. They were big and fucking.
And we started drawing
nips,
bullseyes on their
nipples, and smacking ass, and
because guys were coming and going. We were at a gig.
Yeah, we were at a gig at the time. We just locked the rock bus door.
And our fans at the time, they're like, "Where's O&A?" We're in the back, fucking drawing bullseyes on these girls' boobs, and they're like, "What the fuck? When are you guys coming out?" We're like, "We'll be out in a minute. Relax."
And I wanted to take the girl back into the back room that had the door.
That's where we broadcasted from.
Yeah. I wanted to go back there and fuck that girl. But again, the dumb wife.
Do you regret the Kahlua girl or her more?
I regret every fucking minute of my marriage.
There were a few opportunities we had up there.
There were so many.
Because the station, catered to the young, man.
Yeah. And these chicks would come up, and they're all
we were the
just
hottest show on the
goofy,
channel at the time.
and we were rocking.
Channel, it's a radio station.
We were saying things like and "ap."
Would you? It would have been great if you were licking the braces girl's pussy if she was sitting on your face, and like as she was about to come, she would say, "Oh God, you make me feel even better than Raheem."
Oh no, I wouldn't like that, Jimmy.
That'd be wonderful.
I don't think I would have liked that.
Yes, if you had a nice interracial seed dripped in your face.
It was Boston, so the odds of that happening.
Please, she obviously was angry at somebody. What better way to get back at mother and father in Boston? It's great. That, and she had a Yankee hat on.
But this girl was naive. She's like this, and she's doing headstands without panties on, and then spreading her legs, and
it was fantastic.
And then they were wondering when we were going to step out of the rock bus to our gig.
Over there, motherfucker. We look at it. It's just a dick fest outside. That's what I want. I want to talk to some fucking asshole outside about Rage Against the Machine. and there's fucking hot nymphs in the rock bus.
That we were too scared to just say fuck it.
To close
Why did we
the
just
deal.
say fuck it?
Too scared to
I wasn't
close
even
the deal.
married. It wasn't even going to cost me anything.
Too scared to close the deal.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
Because you're dummies.
Yes.
That's why you didn't close
Exactly.
the deal and fucking put loads all over.
Some guy wrote before. He goes, "Well, the reason you didn't do it is because your wife would have gotten some scumbag lawyer and taken you to the cleaners." Oh, wait.
Yeah, but if she got you then,
back
it would have
then,
been
that
a lot
would have
easier.
been fucking beautiful.
You could have taken that hit
Great.
easier.
Take my fucking take a percentage of my fucking $40,000 a year I was making.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I would have had braces, fucking girl. That would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
I was making out with her. Fucking my tongue was hitting her braces. It was great. Fuck, it was great. Oh my God.
These girls are now
smelled like fucking pencil erasers and bubble gum.
Those girls are now in their 30s.
Wow.
Even the young ones. The young ones are now 30 to
Holy
30.
shit, wait a minute. That fucking 17-year-old in the rock bus is like 32.
Has to be.
Yeah. Wow.
So I wonder if
we
there's any pictures
wish
of
we
her.
would have given her a horrible memory.
I wonder if there's any pictures of the Kahlua girl from Cadillacs. There might be.
There probably is.
We used to see the Kahlua girls here and there after that, but they already knew we were not goers, so they never even tried after that.
Yeah.
They gave us our one shot. We said fucking no. We said fucking no.
You could have always said yes after that.
You know, there's no.
No, they moved on.
Regret is a horrible thing to have.
That's right.
All right. Anyways,
I actually saw one of the Kahlua girls. Remember the shorter one? There was the shorter one. I was with the tall one with the straight black hair and the braces. And then there was a shorter one that was buxom. She was fucking hot. I saw her at that fucking place there in Framingham.
The old
the old train station there.
Forgot the name of that place.
Ebenezer's.
Ebenezer's.
I saw her at Ebenezer's once, and I was with my fucking wife. And so we weren't even able to talk like we would have, because I would have asked her, have you seen, whatever the fuck her name was, braces, and, is there any way, I would have tried to find out a little more where I could get in touch with her or some shit, but Dummy was there. And I couldn't fucking say anything but, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, great. All right, see ya. And then listen, get me a shot of Jack. Fuck you.
Did you want to get away from her for a minute just to go talk to this?
Yes, Jimmy.
What?
I did.
I
hate this.
Here's the question. What the fuck were we scared of? Without the jokes, Jimmy. What the fuck were we scared of? I mean, my relationship, I can't front, was okay, but I knew it wasn't going anywhere fast. I knew that, we weren't heading toward marriage or any of that shit. It was just kind of one of these relationships that just kind of was okay.
Oh, I know why I didn't.
Why?
It was the marriage thing, because we had been married for maybe 5 years at the time.
You were definitely,
and I didn't want to. No,
you were more miserable than me. So I'm wondering.
miserable.
I'm wondering why didn't you just say fuck it at that point?
Because 5 years into marriage, and I was the first one out of me, my brother and sister that got married, and of course divorce running rampant in my family and shit like that. I didn't want to. I wanted to be the one that was like, see, I could do this. I could make this work. I could do this. And, of course, I hung in there for another 4 years. Yeah. But not doing those things, I God, the hotness.
Who did the
then
one?
There's one I won't even talk about that was at the actual station. Holy shit.
I know.
She was on my shoulders with her top off outside. Yeah.
We didn't know.
I had no
We
idea.
didn't know at the time.
I didn't know until later.
Give me a number. Just say a number. Not as bad as I thought it was.
Oh, really?
No, come on. What are you
Could have been
are you
worse.
kidding?
-2 would have been perfect for me.
No.
But she looked.
Yes, exactly.
She did.
Did you fuck her?
What's the statute of
No,
limitations?
no,
but again, could have.
Should have.
No, she
Could
was. She was a young little. She was a young little nymph.
She was crazy.
That might have been part of a TV piece they did on us.
Yeah. She looked great.
With the asshole with the fucking earring. Oh, that. Where is that cock? He makes believe we were. What did you say?
He's with Bonaducci now.
Yes. Hello, Danny.
We weren't media savvy at all. Even when we were at NEW, we still had a lot to learn. Now we're pretty fucking aware. But back then, when someone comes to you and goes, "Hey, we're gonna do a TV piece on you guys," you're all in and thinking, "Oh, they're gonna just make us look great." And it was about the WOW stickers that no, we didn't have WOW stickers. We weren't allowed to have it. So everyone was making homemade WOW signs for their cars to see the tits. Whip 'em Out Wednesday, which we don't talk about as much these days because we do mornings. But whatever, it became huge up there. And the state was trying to shut us down. The mayor, before he finally got us fired, was fucking pissed. The state troopers pissed. And local Fox, I think it was, wanted to do a whole piece on this phenomenon, this WOW phenomenon, with Opie and Anthony. And he comes in and does this whole piece, and he shows up with an earring. That should have been our first sign. And he's filming, tell us about WOW. We're just clueless, telling him the whole fucking thing. Long story short, the story when it aired was a whole piece about how we're a bunch of fucking dicks and assholes and this needs to stop. And the guy that was kind of hip with the earring and kind of casual clothes now has a suit and looking like a newsman.
Now he's the news guy.
And he's on an overpass over the Mass Pike saying how dangerous this is and this needs to stop. We're
talking with state troopers.
This is the fucking guy. When the cameras weren't rolling, this chick just happened to be in that day and she's doing all sorts of shit. And this guy's loving it. Matter of fact, my memory tells me that the guy even got a lap dance from this girl.
He might have.
He got some, something, and he was loving the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, cameras off, and he's like, guys, this is fucking great. He's cursing a lot.
Right.
This is fucking great, man. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You got, and then he got on the air, and it's like, ugh. I'm like, who is this guy? Where's the guy that showed up?
Is there any way to find that piece online? That one might
God, man, that was ages ago.
That might be a tough one to find. I don't think anyone has YouTubed that because that was before anyone gave a shit totally about us where they saved our stuff.
To answer your question from before, what were you afraid of? Getting caught. It's literally the argument that will ensue.
Well, looking back, it's like, why not get caught? Because then now we could do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, but you don't look at it that way when you're in a relationship.
No, you look at it as a lot of stress, a hassle, a pain in the ass, fucking. Like, now what? Okay, I got to move somewhere else. I got to find a place because the marriage is over. I got to go through divorce. I got to get. It just wasn't. It wasn't worth the fucking bullshit. But it was. Now I know it was. I should have. I should have just been a fucking monster.
I guess the guys that are thinking about it, just do it because eventually.
Yeah, guys, this is a lesson for you. Very good, Opie. A lesson, gentlemen. If you're thinking about it, do it.
Because eventually your relationship or your marriage will be over.
Because you're thinking about it means that there's a problem. And if you're really thinking about it to the point where you can do it, then there's a problem. So just do it.
But everyone thinks about it.
I mean, think about it to the point where you want to do it. You will do it. The only thing stopping you isn't love. It's the pain in the ass and hassle. That then is a problem.
Imagine those little legs wrapped around you, those fucking braces legs. Wrapped, I don't
braces
mean
like a fucking Forrest Gump.
Exactly. Yeah.
Braces legs.
Fuck her magic shoes off her.
I love polio girls. Braces
I'll
legs.
inoculate you, whore.
Dude.
Spray Kahlua on her back.
You would ache with temptation, and then I remember going back, just staring at the ceiling at night, going, fuck.
God damn. We had to hide Me and that girl had to hide, like at Club Cadillac.
No,
there was
you
fucking
hid behind a Budweiser banner.
Yeah, I was behind a Budweiser banner.
It was
Yeah.
Budweiser and Kahlua Girls.
Yeah, and I think the bottom obviously it was a banner, so you saw our legs like right
Interlocked.
facing each other.
And was pushing
interlocked.
his big hog.
I was
against
fucking. I think I was dry humping her. And,
Did you have a rod?
Yes.
I think it's
a kissing rod. You know what that's like?
I do.
I think it's time to write books because I think we can write one book just on our AF shit. I
Holy
know we
moly.
can.
Tell me about it.
Because then you got the parking lot incident.
Wow, kissing rods rule. They really do.
And then you have
really
rod.
kissing rods rules.
No, not kissing rods.
Kissing rods rule.
We had the parking lot incident.
That is a bad line to have on tape.
Didn't you come close at the cake when you were doing the cake stands?
At the college.
At the college, at the sorority house.
At the fucking.
I didn't get to go to that one.
Yeah, that was another one. I think I actually
Were you
did
by
get in trouble
yourself?
for that. Yeah.
How did you get there by yourself?
That fucking bitch was probably with her mom.
But how'd you get there? I don't remember that one.
I think I drove.
But what was the logic that you ended up in a sorority house doing cake stands with 18-year-olds?
It was a bunch of guys that were just like, dude, we're huge fans of the show. You got to come down. I think it was at Ebenezer's again. I was down there, and that's where everything started. And guys are just like, dude, we're having this huge party down at the college. Come on down. And I was like, all right. So I went down there, and it was just like naked broads and fucking keg stands, funnel shots, all kinds of shit. And yeah, there was some shenanigans going on there. But again,
I think that was the closest.
Didn't close the deal.
Because you got home really late. And
Yeah.
I remember she was pissed.
Oh, yeah. Thank God there wasn't a lot of cameras around back then, because people would have just been snapping pictures. Hey, here's Anthony behind the Bud banner. Here's Anthony with his feet up on the fucking ceiling doing a keg stand.
You know how good that fucking ass cheeks would have felt as you were fucking her, squeezing her ass cheeks?
Oh, well, I got to, squeeze the ass cheek, over the pants behind the beer banner. But boy, did I want to just fucking ravage. Couldn't go skinny dipping. Imagine that. She's all shy, taking her little, because they were wearing the Kahlua with those little short skirts. It's like, oh, I hope you don't mind. I'm not wearing panties. Oh, I don't mind.
Then you hear like an accordionish noise, and you go, what was that? And she's like, sorry, my fat pussy lips tumbled out of my underpants. That's why you hear the Irish accordion.
Those were crazy times, man. There's a few more stories.
How can you sit there and regret something from 15 years ago?
I understand it.
There's
crazy.
There's a couple more stories I'm still not brave enough to tell. But
Oh, boy.
one of these days,
Yeah,
I
you
will.
got busted a couple of those out.
I
every
got
so
new
often.
stories
Yeah.
for another day.
Yeah.
For another day.
Another day.
We're worried. All right. So
All right.
15 years ago.
We were at the uncool portion of what we were doing.
You were going to play, was going to play. Don't you hate Charlie Callis? You guys used to call each other those words all the time.
Hey.
It's the Get Off the Couch and Go Do Something report from 15 years ago, submitted by Kevin from Connecticut. Kevin from CONN on Twitter. Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, asshole.
I think he did a recap / report. I think what this clip is us talking about this last week, and then
Right.
he put a little something together because he kind of likes doing a little production himself.
Yeah,
there.
he certainly does.
Why don't you do a segment every day?
Okay, so I remember this. This was only a couple days ago. Ant was talking about the Get Off the Couch and Do Something report from back in the day.
And I was imitating Dave Douglas.
Right, okay.
Telling me what to do.
Here's the setup.
Why don't you do a segment every day, 6 o'clock, about what's happening in the local club scene?
Just gotta sit there and mention shit, Boston bands.
Did he actually say that?
Hunka bunka.
I don't remember.
Remember that? The Get Off Your Ass?
Oh, the Get Off Your Ass report.
Ass report. It's like, get off your ass, go do something. And he made me go through the fucking local rag.
I forgot.
And name like, hey, Running with Scissors is going to be at the Rat tonight. Great.
I forgot.
Fucking blow me.
What a fucking asshole.
Sucked.
You mean like this?
Hey, it's time for the Get Your Ass Off the Couch and Go Do Something report. Here's my buddy. Thank you, Bap Bap. And you know the Get Your Ass Off the Couch report brought to you by the Worcester Centrum Center.
Nice.
UMass basketball.
Why is the Worcester Centrum nice?
It's not.
Nice.
I don't know.
Why is it nice?
Nice.
Why, you asshole?
It's
I'm
not.
talking to my old self. Why?
It's not nice.
Why do you need to go nice?
Well, it's a rockin' place. It's a rockin' place.
You know what?
The Get Your Ass Off the Couch report brought to you by the Worcester Centrum Center.
Nice.
UMass.
What's nice about that?
I think it's a rockin' place, and you're rockin' guys.
Nice. And this is why I know I will never come in possession of a time machine.
Why?
Because if I would have gone back, and as I was standing at Club Cadillac, making out with that girl, I would have looked up, and I would have poked out from behind a tree or something as me now just going, Anthony, it's me. It's you. Time machine. Do it. Fucker. Do it.
Fire.
And then, so obviously it never happened.
But then you fast forward, all of a sudden she has a kid. Let's just say you knock her up, and she sees fucking dollar signs. So now you're married, and some kid with braces has a baby, even though she knows it's going to be profoundly retarded.
Jesus. Fetal alcohol syndrome.
But she knows that you're going to have to take care of it, and you have a baby with her that is profoundly retarded, who is now 15 with the mind of a 3-day-old. And he's running around your nice mansion, knocking everything open. All over, knocking everything over.
Knocking everything over. Just a profoundly retarded 15-year-old I would have.
He eats the corners of your furniture like George the Animal Steel. Everything Angie buys you, he eats and urinates on. He thinks the world is a giant toilet.
Jesus Christ. Well,
how many?
You make a good point.
How many just young, supple breasts did we have in our left hand?
Oh, as we signed with our right. Yes.
As we signed with our right. Because that's how you sign a boob.
Did you sign my tit? Oh, yeah. Ka-chung, ka-chung, ka-chung. The tit was like, ka-chung, ka-chung, ka-chung.
There was no tit falling over the sides like
then we get
like trying to hold mercury.
We get to fucking NEW and it was like, could you sign my tit? Flop. Like one of those fucking party favors. Like a fucking whoopee cushion. Like a deflated whoopee cushion we're signing. Ugh. Back then it was ka-chung, ka-chung, ka-chung. So firm. It was like boom, boom, boom. You could just hold it and go boom. It had a frequency.
Speaking of nipples, I was going to tweet this last night. I was mortified, but I'll say it now to you guys instead. I'm in bed with my kid, trying to get him to sleep, and I'm watching the Mavs game. I don't acknowledge that the Heat are playing too, but I guess I have to. And my kid discovered my nipples.
Oh no!
Started poking at him with his finger, and then he grabs my nipple with his two fingers, and he's trying to pull it off my body.
You go, stop!
And then the other day, while I'm feeding him, he pulls up my shirt and starts poking at my belly. These kids notice everything.
What the hell are they doing?
I think
why?
I think I'm in okay shape, but my kid is telling me,
saying, what do you got going here? Lose weight.
Yeah, but he's yanking at my nipples, like trying to pull them off my body.
That's fucked up. I can't.
I guess if my chest was a little flatter, maybe he wouldn't know. He obviously has noticed that I have fucking a little too much going on. I guess.
Like mommy.
No, because that's what my wife said. You're lucky he didn't try to suck him.
Oh Jesus Christ!
No, he was violently trying to pull him off my body last night. I'm like, this is fucking embarrassing.
Yeah.
No one else is in the room, and I'm embarrassed. Then I had to cover myself up, all like fucking. I was embarrassed and pulled the covers up so he doesn't pull at my nipples anymore.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, he's discovering shit. All right, back to this.
Oh, right.
And you know the Get Your Ass Off the Couch report brought to you by the Worcester Centrum Center.
Nice.
UMass basketball versus Maryland at the Centrum, February 15th, on sale this Saturday at 10 a.m. in person at the Centrum box office, or called Tiki Master. Okay? Tonight, come on.
What's wrong with that, Jimmy?
Called Tiki Master. Okay. See, it was like Tiki Master. It was Ticket Master, but I said Tiki to make it all fun and cute. Oh, God.
Choo-choo.
Tiki Master. Okay? Tonight, come on. The place to be. It's the Roxy. COC, another society, handsome, They're gonna rock. Another society was in here before. Cool guys.
Very cool guys.
And their music rocks.
I'm looking forward to drinking with those boys in a little while.
Yeah.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Why? You wanted to drink with the boys in a little while. That's fine.
Holy shit.
I didn't even go out.
I didn't even go
out.
You weren't going to go drink with those boys in a little while?
We didn't go out. Maybe on the weekends. I didn't go out. I guarantee I didn't drink with those boys.
But you didn't want to say, I'm looking forward to seeing those guys.
I'm trying to like have this rock image all the fucking time. Oh, God, I hate myself.
Cool guys.
And their music rocks.
I'm looking forward to drinking with those boys in a little while.
Yeah, if you're
I went home to my cats. And my girlfriend that obviously didn't fucking want to be there.
unlucky enough to get there and they're sold out, oops, go to TT the Bears, see the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. They're playing there. They're cool. Stallone, Daylight in the movies. Sleeper. Good night, Bruce. Good night, Bruce. It's our big boss, Bruce Mittman, checking in. And the Celtics are Fleet Center playing Tirana.
All right, brother man. Hey, let's rock out with Ozzy.
Yes, let's do that.
Ho, ho, ho. Whoa.
See, now when I say brother man, I do it as a joke.
Oh,
There's no joke behind that, brother man.
No, there wasn't.
I can't.
Nope.
I'd like to hear that little second part again. I didn't get the chance to really... Cause I couldn't have seen that coming.
Here's the end again.
In the end.
And the Celtics are Fleet Center playing Tirana.
All right, brother man. Hey, let's rock out with Ozzy.
Yes, let's do that.
That was me saying, get off your ass, go out and do something.
I don't care what you were saying.
See, that was... Because I could care less, but I...
You could hear the confidence, though.
Oh, it was all there. It was all there.
I wouldn't mind doing a gig up in Tirana.
Tiki Master.
Wow, that was harsh.
Nothing wrong with that, brother man.
And why did Bruce Mittman stick his head in?
Good night, boys. I'll be listening. Don't do anything stupid.
Please don't make fun of the fags tonight while I'm driving home.
I don't want to have to sit with a bunch of fagulous or give them a big check, so be good, boys. I'm leaving. I'm taking my rope ladder to get into my SUV, and I'll be driving home, sitting on phone books, boys.
Is he still in radio or no?
I don't know. He's
Like
got
a
some
Oompa
kind
Loompa.
he's got a consulting firm or something. I hear from him every once in a while. He had to drive the biggest fucking SUV.
Yeah.
And he couldn't have been more than 5. Honestly, 5'5" maybe.
He was a short little feller. There he is. Look, there he is.
He looks like
Mitcom. He runs Mitcom Industries?
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
I actually
That's
love
like Kramerica.
Now looking back, I love that guy. I know he fucking ripped us off too, but so many guys ripped us off.
He got
in
his
this
he
business.
got his piece out of us. You know.
But I love that guy. He believed in us. He really did.
Yeah, he did. Mitco Industries. Boy.
Mitcom.
Let me tell you. We're merging with Kramerica.
Please tell me you have a
We're
presentation.
making oil
tape.
tanker liners.
Is there a presentation video? I gotta hear Bruce. All right.
Man. I'm on Red Eye
Tonight?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm on Red Eye this evening.
Who are you with?
And
don't lie or I'll know.
I'm not sure. Michaela, the booker, the girl,
she's gone,
booker, she's
man.
leaving. She's leaving for a political career in D.C.
Thaddeus
I gather,
McCotter.
with Thaddeus, yes. And we had a party. They had a party for her Friday. Went there and had a few beverages with
I wish I would've
the
known.
wonderful people from Red Eye, which I'll be doing tonight.
Oh, were you in the city?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I would have known. I would have met you over there.
It was like a spur of the moment thing. We were hanging out
fuck.
at home, and then Melissa was like, "You want to go to the party?" I was like, "Yeah."
I didn't know about it.
And then took the choo-choo in.
You did?
Yeah, because I was going to be doing some of that what do you call drinking.
How was the train?
The trains are pretty civil these days. I
Not
mean,
bad.
Yeah.
You get the new one with the weird seats that make your fucking back hurt?
No,
they can't figure that shit out. Why can't they have a comfortable chair?
Because fucking
seat or whatever.
Degenerates will fuck them up, I'm sure.
No, but
they got to make them hose downable.
Yeah.
You know? And then I took the subway, which I don't normally do.
Wow, you on the subway.
But,
Long Island train's different, but subway for
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'll just tell you, there's a little difference riding the subway these days. A little more confidence, that's all.
You feel better, honestly?
Yeah, I just feel a little better riding the subway. I'm not bothered by anyone walking onto the subway and sitting down. It doesn't bother me. That's pretty much what I'll say. Yeah, you know.
All right. Before break, Marcos Yonkers. Is this your second phone call of the day, Marcos?
Yes, it is, Opie.
You did the drag racing thing earlier for us, which was nice.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I was going to say, going with what you said about your son and noticing things.
Yeah.
I was in Miami Beach this weekend, and I went to take off my shirt, and the first thing my son goes is, Daddy, you got man boobs. And he starts laughing.
How old is that little fucker?
He's 5 years old.
I would kick him out of the house.
No, it got me by shock because I didn't even think he knew what man boobs was. I'm like, where did you hear that? He's like, I seen it on TV.
I think that's what my 1-year-old was getting at last night. I cleaned up the story a little bit, but I think he was looking, going, hey, I know I'm a lot of work, but why don't you get back to the fucking gym? Pulling at my nipples, trying to pull them off my body.
I was going to say, guys, I love all of you guys' Twitters. I follow you all the time.
Of course you do.
All the videos.
Yes, all of it.
Yes, everything, Anthony.
Why am I being that way to
I don't
him?
know. Join the club.
Yes, of course you do.
You and countless others.
We're beloved.
I guess you don't
beloved.
I guess you don't have to officially join Twitter, but definitely check out our Twitter accounts. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, Marcos.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we all do very different things, which makes it cool too. So
Yes. Yeah.
Wants to talk to Ed about his subway adventure?
Subway adventure.
Brian.
Bernard. Oh.
Hi, sir.
Colin, hello.
How do I not see any headlines today in the Daily News about Anthony Getz?
No, everything was nice. Everyone was very pleasant on the subway. There were some real drunks at the end of the night.
Well, that's what I was asking about.
You too.
Yeah.
Were you guys really drunk?
No,
Blending in?
Not really at all, to tell you the truth.
Any beer cans rolling up and down the aisle?
No, just drunk, noisy, and it was mostly white kids, just drunk and noisy, going back to Long Island. Like, all right, shut the fuck up.
That's called the bridge. That's called the bridge and tunnel crowd.
Yeah.
You're part of that technically.
They're just all yelling and drunk and shit.
Who are you on with tonight?
Yeah, right. I'm not sure. I have to check. But on Red Eye.
And you have to stay in the city Friday night.
Friday night? Why is that?
'Cause Saturday morning.
What's Saturday morning? Pop. Yeah, I know.
A little wire paintball.
Yes, we're doing a paintball with the wire.
Where's that?
Cast.
It's somewhere in the city.
It's great.
Oh.
Where is it?
It's right outside the city, right outside the 59th Street Bridge.
Oh, I didn't realize.
okay.
I thought it was in Manhattan.
In Queens.
Yeah,
Is it indoors?
Indoors, yeah. It's that Van Dam Street paintball.
Yeah.
Van Dam.
Oh, I thought you guys were going in a field.
No, I only
That'd be
played
cool, no?
paintball in
Fields, right?
In not even fields, like woods,
Yeah.
forests. But this is the first indoor one, and I'm sure they have those courses set up, barriers and
It goes
cover
8 to
and
12, right?
shit like that.
I got to check the details.
I think it's 8 a.m. to noon. It's a really weird
Great.
time.
You guys gonna be shooting
Fun.
video?
By the way, I
know
am
how it-
putting on my fucking helmet cam
That'll be covered in
for
paint in no
this
time.
paintball. What's that?
That'll be covered in paint in no time.
Oh, I know. Believe me, but I got to try it, right?
Yeah, you
I
got
gotta
it.
try fucking helmet cam
bring,
on.
bring a lot of wipes with you.
Yeah. I'll just fucking.
I never played
Wipe it
it.
off.
You got to.
Oh,
You
boy.
wear regular. Your clothes get ruined.
Oh boy.
No. Your clothes are fine. They don't get ruined. Believe me. Wear like heavy shit that covers everything on you. Your arms, everything. And hopefully they'll have some protection there as far as chest protection, eye protection, face protection. You will go home with welts on you somewhere. You will
Okay.
have giant fucking welts
Do they
on
have
you.
eye goggles and stuff?
Yeah, you need that. You take a fucking eye out.
I gotta see Jimmy playing paintball.
But what you're doing is there's type of gun. There's your type of. Is that the place?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
that looks cool.
So it's got like lolly columns that are all fucking covered in big padding, and then we got some barricades, like some fucking. They look like heavy bag barriers and inflatables. Big giant fucking tube-like thing, so it's like you're in a trench. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, right on.
Oh, I'll be blasting some motherfuckers.
And they protective gear.
Yeah, you get some protective gear. And I guess the object, like any, capture the flag. Where are we going? You got to go from fucking your team to the other side, grab the flag, get back?
I don't know what kind of game. They'll probably get you guys
or
in
is
a bunch of different
attrition?
games.
Is it attrition? Is it just wipe out the other side, last man left, death match?
What's the point of this?
It's a charity.
Jamie Hector's charity.
But how they collected the money?
It costs money, I think.
To join?
To be on a team or something.
Yeah. You donate to get a team.
Because no one could watch this.
Right.
Yeah, there's no spectator thing going on?
I don't
think so.
Well, look at that.
I think just to play against them or...
Yeah.
And those guys are all cool, so you probably get to meet them.
It's going to be awesome.
Pop, 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 pop.
All right, we should break.
Yeah, I
I'll
have to
videotape
tinkle.
some.
Oh, boy, do I have to tinkle. What are we doing when we get back? I guess we'll just figure it out.
We'll go on the fly.
We'll figure it out.
Where's the curse from last night? I guess when someone curses on TV, it's a big deal.
Is it still?
I guess.
Is it still? Do we watch enough on the internet and shit where it's like, and movies and streamable shit where it's just like, does hearing fuck really freak you out?
I'm going to fuck a baby.
All right, that might be
It's a quote.
a little harsh.
It's a quote. I'm quoting something.
Yes, of course.
Quoting something I saw recently.
Yeah?
Really?
A musical.
Oh, wow, really? Okay, they go brutal.
Yeah. Wow, I
for
can't
them.
wait. Wednesday.
The words, they don't play fucking games.
That's fantastic.
It's great.
Good to hear, right?
Oh, it's great.
All right, brother man.
Sirius XM. The virus.
The Opie and Anthony Show presents Primetime Sam Roberts and one question with a guest we couldn't get. Star of film and television, Robin Hood star, Christian Slater.
Primetime Sam Roberts here with Christian Slater. Christian, do you watch Top Chef?
No.
Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
This has been Primetime Sam Roberts and one question with a guest we couldn't get on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another performance of My Thoughts on Life with Andy Rooney. Regrettably, Mr. Rooney has developed an unsightly goiter and will not be performing this evening. In his place, please welcome award-winning thespian, James Norton.
I'm Andy Rooney. Nobody wonders why I complain. I've been doing it since 1967 on the same show every week. No one wonders. People wonder why God hasn't struck me down. People wonder if I shit my pants occasionally. You ever notice I ran out of shit to talk about in 1971 and somebody's been too polite to fire me? I must have naked photos of Les Moonves or somebody else in CVS. And my shoes. I miss a lot of things about being younger. Barefoot in the summer, remembering to pull down my pants before I defecate. I miss those days. Sometimes I sit on the toilet for an hour reading the paper, and then someone says, "Your pants are still on, Andy," and I feel like a silly goose.
This concludes tonight's performance of My Thoughts on Life with Andy Rooney, starring James Norton.
The virus. Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
All right, we got Wienergate. We got an update on that in a minute, but first, I guess the MTV Movie Awards were on last night, huh?
Yeah, that was kind of a who gives a shit. I didn't even know until they were pretty much over that they were even on.
I was watching basketball and having my, like I said, my kid pull at my nipples, so I missed it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
But I guess there was a curse, and now everyone's up in arms today, or are they? It's Jimmy.
Jimmy. Hello, Jimmy. Jimmy just strolls in, strolls out. Jimmy multitasks.
He left the show the other day just to get a picture with Huckabee.
Oh, when it's a picture moment,
nowhere.
when it's a picture moment, he will just leave.
And we don't care, trust me.
No.
But it's funny for the show to
hilarious.
bring it up. All of a sudden, it's like, where's Jimmy? Then he comes back 15 minutes ago. He goes, I had a great discussion with Mike Huckabee. You got a picture with Mike Huckabee. When was that, Thursday or Friday?
Yes.
Mike?
But he was cool. We were talking about politics, too, which was interesting to hear him talk.
Yeah. Good guy?
Really nice guy. And I was surprised to, I didn't mean to be out for so long, but I was waiting for him. I want to take a quick shot because I have never seen him over at Fox. And we were just, there was rumors that he was going to run for VP or possibly with Romney.
Not happening.
No, he said no. I asked him and he said he would not.
I wonder if the media knows that.
Probably.
I think.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And at this point, everything's still up in the air.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a second.
Oh, boy.
Who saw this coming?
Can I say I like mid-show prep sheet?
That's right. Mid-show prep sheet starts today.
Oh, boy.
And we got a doozy today.
What's that? Hey, you want
What am
here?
I, a fucking
We got a
piece of shit over here?
Yeah. You want? Here, you want this? Your prep sheet
I didn't
right
get my
there.
mid-show.
Jimmy grabbed your
fucking-
mid-show prep sheet instead of his own mid-show prep sheet.
Jimmy.
Oh, here's yours. Go,
He just threw it in the garbage. You ass.
I know, now I need that.
Oh, boy.
Wait, before we get to the mid-show prep sheet, which could now be a bit every day,
Oh, boy.
the number one is a doozy.
But it's what we thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh, boy.
I just got to play this curse real fast.
Okay.
It doesn't need a big setup. Some idiot.
Thinner. See, play the curse? No?
I die with it in my mouth.
In my mouth.
You never see us.
It's the curse of the white man from town. They'll laugh.
The white man
The
from
white man from town. And they're like,
Speaking of which, oh boy, are we going to be targets Saturday morning.
oh, my God.
Don't
yes.
expect a lot of fucking NYU white kids in this fucking event.
No.
Yeah, you think all the black guys are going to be shooting at you first?
Every one of them.
Hells yeah.
The only white guys play with the wire guys.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, MTV Movie Awards, this happened.
This is the truth. 7 years later, we worked together again on a movie called Water for Elephants. And this time he played my lover. I didn't cut you out. But I did fuck you.
Nice try at the dump.
Oops.
But I did fuck you.
Hey, that's a good use of the word fuck, by the
Yeah.
way. Usually they don't say fuck ya. It's usually fuck you.
Yeah, fuck. Now, and here's the thing there with that. It's MTV, first of all, so it's cable, right? No problem. But on regular TV, that would be a problem because it's being used in the sexual way and not in, like, we had a fucking good time.
Right.
Like Bono, I remember he said fuck, he dropped the F-bomb, but they determined that it was more of an exclamation than a description of sex. But that guy said, but I did fuck you, which, you know.
Do you find it ridiculous that it's just on TV, but one channel away could be regular TV and the other is cable TV, but if it's on cable TV, it's okay, but if it's on regular TV, it's not?
Yeah.
Because none of us look at it that way
No,
anymore. We
it's
just
just there.
We all just got cable.
It's all TV.
We even call it, here, I got cable.
Oh, it's on regular TV. Look out.
But are they serious that they're still
cares?
thinking of it that way? Why is it okay on MTV, but it's not okay on ABC? Why?
Yeah, and then why can you say anything on HBO?
Right. And it's all on the same fucking TV that you got in your house.
One is a subscription-based decision you're making.
Yeah.
One can
No,
be
I
gotten by anybody.
I understand,
And
but-
HBO just uses the language freedom that MTV is too
But
scared to
MTV
use.
barely a subscription. I mean, it just comes with your cable.
But not really the. We're thinking more kind of abstract than that. You gave the very literal business application of subscriber base, but realistically speaking,
it doesn't make sense anymore.
It's all in the same fucking
It's all
thing.
it's all blurred.
Yeah.
You don't look at it that way.
Right.
Each individual station anymore.
Yeah.
All right, mid-show prep sheet.
Somebody is
finished.
Why don't we start from the bottom, though?
No.
Oh, the bottom. The sloppy party bottom.
Winnipeg sells 13,000 season tickets for new hockey team in 17 minutes. That's huge if you're a hockey fan.
Okay.
Wow. Good for Winnipeg.
Cool. Ice cold. There you go. Done.
Women claim she woke from dental surgery with a British accent. We get these stories every once in a while.
Madonna had her teeth fixed. All right, that's interesting.
All right, you're done with that?
Squeezed me tits. I couldn't believe it. I had me molars fixed. And well, you know what it was? It was just like, of course she woke up with a British accent if she was having her teeth worked on. How perfect. I don't know what happened. I'm from Connecticut and me fall asleep.
Me fall asleep.
All I know is I had a good boss phone and a naughty boss phone, a not a boss phone and a good boss phone.
It's his English version.
I can't help it. I had a good boss phone and a naughty boy's phone.
Jimmy's English accent.
A naughty boy's phone and a good boy's phone.
They're hammering you.
It's Jamaican English Jimmy.
Irish. They're saying a lot of Irish in there.
No, it's Irish.
Wait, what do you want? Wait, a different accent?
Here's the Irish one.
He's got the good boy's phone and the naughty boy's phone. And naughty boy's phone and the good boy's phone.
That's the one he called his ex-wife in from the White House.
Yes.
To get to the president, David.
David's got a good boy's phone and a naughty boy's phone. A naughty boy's phone and a good boy's phone.
Someone has a naughty boy's phone.
Speaking of...
Wait, we're not there yet.
Okay.
No, because this dope of a woman, Karen Butler, 56, I don't feel different inside at all. I'm the same old me I ever was. But basically, she had gingivitis, which prompted her to have all her top teeth and her bottom teeth extracted.
Ew!
So then she wakes up she's not speaking English. She's not used to her new teeth yet.
Nice breath, dick.
Oh,
And then
hello.
and then she's being diagnosed with foreign accent syndrome, a medical condition with only a few dozen documented cases. This isn't a real fucking syndrome.
It happens to you. It's something inside of you just changes. And you're not sure why. All of a sudden you're talking different.
Happened to me after I clipped me toenails. Started talking like this. Where you say everything up at the end.
I get my
I don't
accents
know
mixed
why.
up. I don't know who I'm doing. It's kind of Irish. I don't know what I'm supposed to be.
It works.
Yes, it does.
Anthony.
It's the third.
the third. It's the third.
Ugh.
That's that fucking Cockney shit. That's like English ghetto talk.
Do you know in England they have a soap opera that has been on for 50 fucking years?
What a bunch of dull people.
And there's
over
one
there.
guy, an original cast member, who's been on. He's still on. It's called. It begins with a C. I honestly know it's the fucking the something.
Make your own jokes at home.
Coronation Street.
Coronation Street. That's it.
Yes,
50
everybody
fucking
knows.
years.
Look at these motherfuckers.
And I watched a couple of moments of it, and there was one clip where the guy fucking screams at his wife for having an affair, and I'm like, I would fucking watch this show.
Really? Good?
The way he screams at her, I'm like, that was a real...
You fucking whore!
It was,
bloody hell.
No, he was really mad. She tries to apologize, and he's saying it's not enough. But it's a real fucking...
It's not enough?
Like, the way I would yell is, that's not enough.
Enough?
With that finger point, too?
Yeah.
That's enough.
Sideways, kind of upside down.
It's not enough! Oh, he fucking told her.
Gave her a talking to.
She was not happy.
Mid-show prep sheet. Rules.
Oh, yeah.
NYPD sergeant files sexual harassment complaint against his male boss.
Oh, God. What the fuck happened here, huh?
That's right.
Fed up with getting unwanted advances from his boss.
He'd call me in for no particular reason. Then he'll lounge back with his feet up, and he puts a pen in his mouth and starts sucking on it in a sexual manner.
Oh.
Wouldn't you just openly laugh and just leave?
He doesn't say a word to me. He's looking at my crotch and smiling. I give him a disgusted look and turn around and walk out.
This guy has no case, by the way.
No.
He doesn't say a word. He just looks at my crotch and smiles. Ain't gonna work.
You got to get some fucking tape of him going, hey, nice cock there, fella.
Well, the complaint also alleges unwanted touching.
Yeah, but
the train is not crowded, and he's on top of me, rubbing his arm on me.
It's all he said.
And then this guy says, I'm fed up with it. Everyone in the command jokes around. Why don't I take one for the team? I'm tired of that. Just take one for the fucking team.
Exactly. Let him suck your cock.
What?
You know what?
His little captain's hat falls on your leg.
Oh, what are you going to do?
This is how smart we are. The boss man, old school NYPD. The guy get with this being quote sexually harassed young guy that might be a little
confused.
Might be a little confused. So the fucking boss man is
Really
having a little
giving
fun
to
with
him.
it.
Giving it to him.
That's what this is about.
Yeah.
Either the boss man wants to suck his young patrolman cock.
See him late at night at some gay bar, leaning off the bar stool.
Yeah,
in the
just
background.
rolls.
Fucking rolls.
Oh, Jesus. Is that a crazy scene?
That is crazy.
The gay harassment. The officer known as Keith the Cop was seen staring at the crotches of young recruits.
We got another singing sensation.
What?
Girl belts out Star Spangled Banner.
I said this bitch was going to be huge by Monday.
She's terrific.
Who is she?
Can you find it online? She was
I think she's singing right now live.
Right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's one of the kids from The Shining.
The light would so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
This is going great.
through the
This sucks.
perilous fight o'er the
Victim of the modern age,
were so gallantly streaming.
So to speak, literally.
Oh, flat. That was flat.
She's 6.
No, I didn't mean that way. I meant the note was flat.
Was still there. Oh, sang us the star-spangled
That's quick, man. I doubted that shit.
Flat. She's
boring.
Goes into falsetto mode.
Shucky ducky, crack, crack.
Great job, Julia. Back with Julia Dale and friends right after this.
Yeah, it was a good job. I forgot if it was hockey or basketball. She sang it before one of the finals games there. And
well, she can fucking. She's
I think
10,
she's 10 or
so
something.
yeah, she's 10, so she can. When you sing like that at 10,
that wasn't as good as the one I
Make
heard
it all
over the
look like
weekend or whatever the fuck that was. Mid-show prep sheet.
Mid-show prep sheet.
And here's the doozy, and we said this was coming.
Oh yeah,
We know way more than anybody else.
This is a good one.
New woman comes forward claiming she has intimate photos, chats, and emails from
Jim Norton.
That's right,
Jim
and
Norton.
she's not a woman.
From Anthony Weiner. It's over, Johnny.
It is
finished.
so over.
It's over, Johnny.
That's why he didn't want to deny that those pictures were his,
Yep.
because he knew he had sent them to somebody else, and there's more.
That's what we said. He sent this fucking picture around a bit.
Here it is from Breitbart here. A new woman has come forward with what she claims are photographs, chats, and emails with Rep. Anthony Weiner, Democrat, New York. These appear to undermine severely Weiner's explanation that he was the victim of a prank or a hack. The detailed new information suggests that the Brooklyn and Queens-based representative and the young woman in question were involved in an online consensual relationship involving the mutual exchange of intimate photographs. BigGovernment.com and BigJournalism.com were approached regarding this information more than a week prior to the separate independent event of Friday, May 27th, when the link of the now infamous gray underwear photograph appeared publicly on Rep. Weiner's Twitter feed. We will be updating BigGovernment.com and BigJournalism.com throughout the day with photographs, timelines, and other clarifying details. However, we will not be releasing all of the material because some of it is of an extreme graphic nature. Wow.
Why won't they release
he done?
Mate.
Because it's probably fucking boners.
Good.
Fucking cum shots. Shit that you can't just put up on fucking.
All right, now he probably writes sexy things to her, like I want to kiss your belly, and I want to open your thighs, then slide my big awful nose in your big pussy. Yeah, you ever been schnoz
big
fucked?
schnozola. A dinka dinka do. A stinka stinka do.
Everybody wants to get into the pussy. I ain't getting. Yuck, 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 yuck. It stinks.
A stinka do.
Now, this was a week before the photo popped up.
Yes.
Now I'm starting to think maybe the wiener there was like, holy shit, all this is coming out, holy shit, and try to get ahead of it by popping this photo out, like going, what the fuck, someone's trying to fuck me.
He would just would have tried to pay her off. No way.
Oh, man.
Maybe try to pay her off.
Oh, is he done?
The wiener's done.
What kind of pictures are you thinking? What are you thinking?
His cock, his hand around his cock, his stomach, his abs, and dirty fucking talk about how she's gonna suck his cock, about how my wife will be away. Do you want to suck my cock? You ever take a representative's cock in your mouth, pussy and ass? I want to fuck Hillary Clinton with my big fucking representative cock. How'd you like to come to the House of Representatives and lick my ass and cock? That's all it is.
So that's what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Right. And that's just off the top of your head?
That's what I'm guessing he
You're
said.
just guessing, huh?
It has to be dirty. What else could it be?
What else can it be?
Exactly. Hey, I'll pass this bill if you come over here and tweedle with my cock. Just tweedle with it.
Tweedle.
Hey.
How do you tweedle a cock?
It's where you take all of your fingers, like you're picking something up with all 5 fingers, like a horseshoe crab, and you just go like, and you just. And you like grab the helmet,
like this,
and it keeps slipping off the helmet, like a little horseshoe crab. It looks like the thing in the carnival where you're trying to grab the toy.
Oh yeah, the little crane thing that you got to grab the stuffed animal
That's
with.
how you tweedle with a cock.
Right, and you tweedle.
Yeah. Always rep wiener finish.
Wow. That is astonishing.
It was a plot for the Republicans to put out these wiener photos. Why? Jimmy, why? Why, Jimmy?
Because the Wiener was the only Democrat that had money, a viable candidate for office, for mayor. Don't you realize this? Should be a hand job. Come on, I'm trying to punch it out.
All right. Well, the photos have to exist for someone to put them out.
Yes, indeed.
Are any up yet?
Not that I know.
Not yet.
Once they're up, they're going to be everywhere.
John in Jersey.
Hey there, Jan.
Hello, Anthony, you son of a bitch.
What?
Your line about the 6-year-old being flat resulted in me spitting iced tea on my windshield.
That was Jimmy.
That was Jimmy.
I just reiterate. It was like a fucking Abbott and Costello bit, that one.
Well, you know what? I spit iced tea on my
Without
windshield.
the drowning kid in the pool. I can't ever not fucking... you spit your iced tea on the windshield, eh? Yeah. That's
almost
good.
hit the car in front of me. To avoid that, I mounted
Hey, we rule. We understand.
Thank you, sir. Chris in Jersey. Chris
in Jersey.
I wouldn't say because, I mean, people in New York still elect Charlie Rangel every time. And he's
Yeah. Are you trying to get me riled up, sir? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, but he's saying he may be able to survive this.
No, Charlie Rangel survives because of his constituency. They're very racially based. He's a race baiter. He plays the race card. The voters will vote him in based on his skin color alone. Wiener, on the other hand, is a white guy, and white guy politicians are open to every scandal. Black guys get away with it. You get, and not even politicians, like these self-anointed and appointed leaders can say Town, can say something about fucking President Obama and his lack of balls or what have you, and just skates, and Reverend Al, same thing, Marion Barry, but white politicians, one scandal, you're done. Look at John Edwards, what's his name?
Finished.
Yeah. Done.
What Jesse Jackson said was about Obama. He said, I'd like to, did he say like to rip his balls off?
Yeah.
He goes, he's talking down to niggers. He said niggers and he said rip his balls off.
And still people go to him for,
Even Fox backed off on it. They didn't kill Jesse like they should have for those comments. Even Fox.
They should have nailed him like any other fucking politician or spokesperson for any group would have been nailed. Who was that? Is that Debbie Gibson again?
Yeah, she's here.
Oh,
yeah, picture with her.
Why isn't Debbie coming by?
She was just here.
Oh, really? That was a while ago now. That was winter.
No way. Her and fucking...
It was winter.
When she was here with fucking...
Yeah, it was winter. Tiffany.
When was that, her and Tiffany?
That was, I would guess, February.
Yeah?
Maybe early March. No.
All right.
February, I would say.
All right,
March,
February.
April, May, June.
I was
4
thinking,
months?
like, when you said winter, I always think, like, December.
December?
Yeah, I'm thinking December. But it wasn't. Friday, I don't know how I got to this website.
January 21st.
Wow, January.
Quick with the info.
All right, E-Rock.
Fuck.
Of course, with Debbie Gibson, he knows.
Yeah, of
We
course.
don't really want her in here. That was
Nah,
just a
that's
thing. E-Rock runs. I'll see if I can get her in
Nah,
here.
it's okay.
If it happens naturally, then we'll have her
talk
pop in
to
and
her.
say hi.
It was nice.
Thanks, though, E-Rock.
Friday, I found a website. It was they had that Air France crash that they were investigating that they crashed into the ocean and shit. And I was trying to find the transcripts to the flight recorder.
Ooh.
But I guess I couldn't find them. But I found a site where they had transcripts to all kinds of flight recorder from accidents.
Right.
And this was like right from when they're still at the gate talking to each other and checking systems to the point where the recorder peters out.
Ugh.
And it's like reading a short fucking horror story. Because you kind of get to know these people based on, like, their dumb conversations. What two guys were talking about, like, the unions and stuff.
You got one good one we can play?
Like the union. No, these are just transcripts. They aren't the actual audio.
I'm sorry.
But it's like reading a short story that ends tragically with these two characters dying. And meanwhile, it's real people. There was a couple of guys, they're just talking about fucking... the union and flight. This director isn't giving me enough hours, and just like bullshit. And then it's like you hear a yawn, or you hear this,
Well, maybe instead of talking about unions, they should have talked about the flight plan.
But they did. You know what? They were running through system checks, and then they actually run through a whole thing of what happens if they do lose power, where they'll go. This is all like shit that happens.
You got one? That's not too long that we could read through?
I really don't. They're all kind of long.
Oh, okay.
And
well, can't we just get to the end of it and like read the last few minutes?
Well, but the whole good thing is not good thing. The build-up makes it more
the character
horrible.
development.
Yes. And I was thinking that. It's like, this has character development. Because most of the time when they play the transcripts or read the transcripts or play the tapes, it's right at the end.
Yeah.
But this is like the whole thing. So it's the guys and they're flying and they're just yapping with each other. And then you'll hear the beginning of a problem. It'll say like, in parentheses, it'll say like, banging noise. And you'll hear one of the guys go, got that? And it's like, I think so. Like, and shit like that. Like, and then strained voice. Hold it. Keep it. You got it. You got this one. You got it, buddy. You got it. And they're like yelling, you got it. And then it's like one of these, the fucking plane flew. They couldn't fly it right side up. Upside down, the plane actually flew.
You can fly a plane upside down?
Yeah, if you have enough power and enough angle of
attack.
attack.
You know how fucking scared people must have been?
It must have been shitting.
Yeah.
But you can fly the plane upside down with enough power and enough angle of attack and shit like that. But they tried to roll it back over, and the fucking thing just went into some spin and stuff. And the guy's telling him, try to get it back on its back. Are we flying? And
Wow.
and then you just hear like, it's always, oh no, oh shit, my God. And then sometimes you'll see, in parentheses, screams, and then just like end of recording. Just fuck it. It's the most horrific shit. I don't know why it's so fascinating to read. Flying upside.
How long did it fly
fucking
upside down for?
As long as they could keep it, but even upside down it was hard because they tried to roll it back over, and then they were like, now let's try to roll it back on its back. Because at least it'll keep flying till we figure out what went wrong.
What did go wrong on that plane?
Some hydraulic fucking problem where they lost control surfaces. Then there's some pilot error ones, which are just like ridiculously. That's what they're saying happened with the Air France, by the way. Just pilot error. They concentrated on their instruments, or one of their instruments too much. It was showing an airspeed that would have been normal for an that aircraft, but the pitot tube that measures airspeed was frozen.
The one that was the one
solid.
that documentary said would be happened.
Yeah, frozen solid. So they were getting a false airspeed reading, but their nose was up at 35 degrees, and they were getting a stall warning. And they were still pulling back on the fucking controls, putting it even in more of a stall until they just crashed
Instead
into
of
the
aiming
water.
it down.
Instead of pushing in, getting the nose down. So they were just looking at one thing, not the. They were looking at airspeed. They weren't looking at the artificial horizon. They weren't looking. But these were experienced like pilots. 3 of them in there, and none of them figured out that their nose was way too fucking high.
And wasn't the pilot? It was like it wasn't the captain that was at the helm like a minute into the disaster. He came on.
Yeah.
It was the other guy.
He went to sleep for a while. He was going to take a nap ski, and the co-pilot was taking over. But then the pilot came in, and none of them noticed that they were way too far nose up. They got stall warning, and then they just slowly, kind of, relatively speaking, they didn't nosedive into the water.
No, they went 10,000 feet a minute. So it took 3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes of falling. Jesus. And then they just hit the fucking water, and that was that. But
I wonder if people knew they were falling and not descending. I guess, you're over the ocean.
At that speed, too, it's like...
Planecrashinfo.com?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Some of them actually have the...
that might have the audio.
Fuck.
This one sucks.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of panic. Like, this is the first one I'm seeing where there's more than, because a lot of these recordings I've been looking at, it's just like the last 2 lines. It's like, oh no, and that's it. But this one has a lot of panicking here.
We hear it?
Let me see. No,
Stop. Where? The guy's like, fuck, he's cursing.
Yeah.
Fuck, what are you doing? He's like, stop.
This was, I guess, July 4th, 2001. Vladivostokavia Flight 355.
It must have been the Russian
They get into
plane.
a flat spin.
Aeroflot?
And crash.
What's a flat spin?
Fuck, push up. Stop. Where? Stop. This way. We're recovering. Easy, make it easy. Let's to the right. Oh my God. Power, add thrust. Power, got it. Add thrust. Takeoff power. Oh my God. Takeoff set. That's all, guys. Fuck. He's just like, that's it.
Oh my!
We're done.
God.
We're done. That's all, guys. That's his last words.
That's
all, guys. Fuck.
He knew.
Oh.
Holy crap!
Oh. Yeah, those are just frightening. And the audio ones are even worse. If you can find a site that actually has the audio, wow, brutal. But yeah, that was my nice Friday afternoon kind of a thing. I just spent reading horrid transcripts.
That's crazy. Let's go to Mike in Utah, flight instructor. Mikey.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is one of the things that they make every single airline, every single flight student go through. It's called aircrew coordination training. And if you look it up online, you can come up with a couple different sites that'll have a whole bunch of videos and audio, and they're pretty nasty. And it's basically designed to scare you, to let you know that if any of your instruments fail, this is going to happen. And that's what they're thinking happened to that flight over in Brazil.
Yeah, you could be rolled over at like fucking 30 degrees with fucking 30-degree nose down and still think you're flying level. Like your 100%. Body, you think your body would know, but it doesn't. Your visual reference is just to the inside of the aircraft. So to you, you're level. What? And unless you have a visual reference like a horizon or something, you're fucked.
Well, don't you have a readout on the front?
Well, that's just it. You got to trust your artificial horizon and your instruments. But when your instruments fuck up, you got to look at other instruments to see if you're indeed stalling, if your airspeed's normal. Like when that airspeed fucked up and the autopilot clicked off, they didn't look at their artificial horizon and realize they're a 35-degree climb.
Well, and that's exactly what they call it, partial panel instrument flying, and it's part of the emergency procedures that you got to practice. And one of the weird things, like what you were describing earlier, is if your pitot system, if you get a pitot blockage, your airspeed indicator will actually act like an altimeter. So as you're climbing, because of the back pressure in your static system, your airspeed will indicate an increase in airspeed when you're really not.
When you're not,
well, isn't there a formula too, like a 15% and this percentage of the engine is the one that will safely fly you? If your instruments are fucked up, it's like this percent of a lift and this percent of your engines is the formula to fly with until your equipment comes back?
Well, yes, but the problem is most of these scenarios, you're in pure IMC conditions, instrument meteorological, which means you've got no visibility. So you have to rely on your instruments. Now, a lot of the newer systems, you've got backups to the backups to the backups to be able to go to, but it's through, basically, when you fly too much and you get too used to it being the same thing, you don't look at and scan the other instruments to show the failures on your active instruments.
Yeah, just look at the old school ones, you know? I think people are so used to those glass panels now. It's like, just look at the old school fucking dials.
Exactly, and that's where your problem's falling, guys.
Yeah, wow. These experienced pilots, it's amazing. Thanks, man.
All right, punch it out.
Thanks, Mike. Punching out. Maybe.
Sir.
Yeah, you should be saying that.
I'm punching out, leaving everybody else in here. Yeah, so, I mean, if you're interested in that kind of thing, it's all over the web. I don't know how I fell in there.
Sometimes you're like, how did I get here?
How did I get here?
Dan Weldon's going to be in here in a few minutes. The Indy 500 winner.
Winner.
Is anything there? Not yet. All right.
Disaster.
That's happened to me one time when I was in a cockpit, and it was some
you
problems.
were flying.
I was just helping him out.
Yeah.
And I told the guy, pick it up.
Did he pick it up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. sounds like everything worked out fine.
Oh, it's fine. I said, your altimeter or something's not good.
Your altimeter. Yeah. Sure. All right, Chip.
All right, we'll break. Get ready for Dan Weldon.
Yeah.
Maybe play one of these audio clips if we find a good one.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Frightening.
Is that it for mid-show prep sheet?
Yep. Mid-show prep sheet. The big story, Wiener and possible graphic nude pictures
New
of
woman
him.
comes forward.
Yes.
Claiming cache of intimate photos.
We're your official Wiener station.
So then it makes sense that Seattle broad that was had the ample bosoms.
Yeah.
Or the ample bosom. Maybe he was doing a little fishing.
Could be.
Threw his hook in the water to see if there might be a little interest there.
Could be.
Maybe he had a trip to Seattle that it was in his future or something. Right? Yeah. More as the day goes on with this thing. This thing is about to fucking explode.
Yes.
All right. Dan Weldon next.
This is The Virus, Sirius XM. And now, the Opie and Anthony Show.
All right.
I will be running out for a photo with Debbie Gibson.
We had her in here.
I know, I didn't meet her.
We should give something away for the people that just waited through that longish break. What should we give away?
What do we got?
We got some Duke Nukem stuff. What?
You could do Duke Nukem, and or we still have some Steven Singer gift cards left.
How about
Duke Nukem is coming out?
All right, Duke Nukem Forever for Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 must be given away this week. Yes, okay. 2 copies of the new Duke Nukem Forever video game for Xbox. Anyone play this yet?
No, I got a demo instead of the game. I was supposed to get the game.
What?
But there was a mix-up. But
that sucks.
I want to play the game. I want to see the babes. I want to be Duke Nukem saving the babes.
Why would they give you a demo?
I don't know. Somebody's got to
Someone messed
give
up.
us that answer.
Fine.
Let's just give one of those away. We'll save the other one for another day.
All right, we'll give out one.
for
Duke Nukem Forever in stores June 14th. Rated M for mature. Must be at least 18 years old. And a listener or subscriber not open to residents of Alaska, Hawaii, or Canada. Why?
They don't want to pay the air shipping.
Pay the postage.
How much does it cost, though?
$2 million.
$2 million. Fuck, that's a lot of money.
But wait, there's more.
Duke Nukem. It sounds like you're dropping nukes on a guy named Duke or something.
That does sound like that, Chip.
Hey, we got this Dan Weldon.
Dan Weldon, Indy 500 winner.
Yes.
That's a pretty prestigious title.
Well, he piqued our interest because he wasn't supposed to win this thing. No offense to Dan Weldon.
No.
And all of a sudden, the guy crashes on the last lap. I mean, not even the last lap. Like, he could see the finish line, right? When he crashed?
It was, yeah. He was in the last turn, the last part of the last turn.
And then that guy crashes, and here comes Dan Weldon.
Yeah.
What a story for him.
Certainly is.
And he won the Indy 500. Is he outside, ready to come in?
Yeah, bring him on in. Why don't we bring him on in?
Yes.
I think he'd be in faster, race car driver. We can compare notes about my racing, perhaps.
Hey, Dan.
There he is. You look like a race car
You
driver.
do look like a race car driver.
How you doing, man?
Look at him. He's all...
Anthony, how you doing?
Handshakes for everybody.
Yeah, man.
What's up, Dan? How are you,
Yeah,
brother?
he's got that.
Congratulations.
IndyCar driver look there, right? Yeah, you kind of do.
Do you have to walk around with sponsorship shirts?
Yeah, today.
I see that Honda. You got the Izod.
William Rast is the big one, bro.
Which one?
William Rast.
Yeah.
William Rast is...
That's the racing team.
No, that's Justin Timberlake's clothing line.
Yeah. That's like the primary sponsor.
Right.
Really?
And you've got Curb Records, Big Machine Records.
Yeah. Is there babes in this sport?
Curb Records, I think, look after Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, that's
But
babe.
yeah,
that's a babe right there.
That's hot chicks.
You smell really good, by the way.
Oh.
It's always awkward to tell another man that, but he smells really good. It's good cologne.
I ain't going to sleep with you, bro.
No.
Sorry to break that.
You know what, though?
Wearing a little brake fluid behind his ears.
Instead of beating up Jimmy, I'm going to second that. Because now
Smells good.
Yeah, it does. What is that shit?
What is that?
Probably a better way to ask.
What is it?
Clean clothes.
Yeah, he had a shower.
You have to smell it. Yeah, it's a man that actually showered and changed.
As I sit here in sweatpants today.
Yes. Why is your hair down? Oh, you washed it. Okay.
Do you know what it is, Jimmy? Can you figure it out? He doesn't want to say because some of these colognes, they don't want to be passed around to everybody. To every fool.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I don't blame you. Keep it to yourself.
Silver bottle, whatever that is.
Oh, it's in a silver bottle.
Yeah.
Who knows?
There you go. Yeah, it's just whatever it is. Good stuff. Hey, congrats. Wow, that's a biggie. You enter a long and prestigious list of people who have won the Indy 500, and in exciting style, nonetheless.
Yeah, it was definitely. It was obviously it's a big race to win the 100th anniversary of the Indianapolis 500.
Yeah.
What I got to ask you, you're driving, and also, you guys have seen it all. But weren't you thinking, what the fuck? I'm going to win this thing because this guy crashes?
Do you know what? I didn't until I looked at the replay. I watched the replay a few times now.
Yeah.
And it's different. It's different when you're in the cockpit. That's one of those things. You can be a Monday morning quarterback. Like the guy that he was overtaking around the outside was going incredibly slow.
Right.
And the closing rate for us, I was probably approaching him doing 225 miles an hour. So if he catches somebody that's 150 and he slows down to that speed, I'll be on that kid really quick.
Right.
So he was probably concerned about that. I know he was being told because he was having to save fuel. I wasn't, that I was coming. And then he made that decision, but it's always a big risk going around the outside. It's very much a one line, as we say, racetrack. But when you get up into that grey, it just sucks you right into the wall.
the rubber is laid down in the groove, right? And that's pretty much where you guys stay. You get up high. What do you get? Little marbles?
Yeah, you get the marbles and the dust and just dirt. And like I said, what happens as soon as the car gets up in there, it just goes light, and then it won't react to the
From
steering.
his in-car camera, you could see the front end got really light and kind of slid over it looked like for no apparent reason.
Yeah, it's just there's no grip.
Yeah.
No grip. So,
How did you know he was running low on fuel? Do you guys know that about the other cars?
Yeah, because just with strategy.
He pulled up next to him and looked at his gauge.
He came alongside and held up that thing. No, it's he decided to pit. He actually was running about 8th, 9th, or 10th the whole day. So at that point in the race, teams will try different things to get their car up front. Well, what they did is they kind of pitted before us and then just tried to, stretch out, the amount of laps he could do on a tank of fuel. Myself and another guy, Scott Dixon, we pitted. And it was a disadvantage from the standpoint of track position, but it meant that we could go flat out for the rest of the way.
Push it harder. Yeah.
So we were coming with a head of steam for sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you are.
Now you're saying you were coming with a head of steam. Now, obviously, if this guy hadn't wrecked, you were second. So what were you thinking? Maybe 5 laps before this happened, were you thinking that you had a chance of catching this guy, or were you pretty much relegated to the fact that you might be second here.
No, so my team had told me that this was his 36th lap on 36. He'd done 36 laps on that tank of fuel, so he was close to running out. And it's one of those things where you just got to go for it.
So you were going flat out, just trying to catch this guy.
Yeah, because you got to put him under pressure. He could run out at any time. So for me, it was important just to stay flat out and keep the pressure on, and in effect hope that he
pushes it too far, runs out of gas
before the start-finish line, and then I'd have been able to capitalize.
Now, probably a dumb question, but obviously in the end it was a mistake. But he had no choice. He had to try to pass him on the outside like that. Or was there something else he could have done that he didn't do?
He could have bottled up behind that car,
but you were screaming up on him.
Exactly, and that's why he chose not to do that. So it's one of those things.
So he pretty much had to do that maneuver.
Yeah, if you like, I think you got to have that mentality, that winning mentality, and he didn't want to give up the Indy 500 by braking and sitting behind another car. He wanted to go for it, which you got to give him credit for.
Here's a question of, you're never going to know what would have or could have happened, but let's say he tucks up behind him around the curve.
Yeah.
Right after he's out of that curve, now he comes out to pass him. He's already slowed down to stay behind him around the curve. You come out of that curve flying. Do you think you could have passed him on that straight if he had to slow down for that car before the finish line?
Yeah, at the rate I was coming, there would have been a good chance.
Yeah, that you might have nailed him if he had safely gone behind that guy until he hit the straight.
Well, how come you could have made the turn and he couldn't? Because he was passing somebody and had to go farther out?
He was passing on the right.
Yeah,
so
there was no one in the way for him.
Right, okay,
he would have been in the straight, been able to come around and blow past him, probably because he still would have been coming up to speed.
He was younger, thinking, "Damn, this 2.5 million checks."
Oh man,
2.5 million!
That's what the winner gets.
Yeah, I think I got just under 2.6.
2.5 million.
Not
never
2.5
million.
Money. I love your talk about.
Wow.
So what does he?
That's
wait,
nice.
what did he come in?
You guys make in an hour, right?
That's it.
Did he make second place? That guy?
Yeah. So he made. I think for
instead of 2.6, what does he get?
He would have got
Instead
a
of
million.
steak knives.
$1 million.
Yeah.
So that crash cost him 1.6.
Yeah.
Well,
Mill's still pretty good, though.
Man.
He's a rookie, right?
Yeah. He's his first year.
Wow, damn. So now you passed this wreck. Did you see it? How close did you get to it? Did you take your eye off the prize there for a second to take a look? Did you rubberneck?
No. And I tell you, this is a true story. I followed Sam Hornish. We were in practice in 2006, and there was a crash in front of the two of us. Sam hit the debris. He was going dead straight. He ran over a piece of carbon, and it flipped the car. So in all seriousness, when he crashed, the last thing I was thinking is, damn, I'm going to win this race. Like, the biggest thing for me was to avoid the debris. Mm-hmm. And you never know what an IndyCar driver's thinking, right? You're leading the Indy 500. You hit the wall. You've got the second place guy coming. Like, do you drive across the track and take him with you and hope that you get,
hope you come across the track first, the line first.
I'm like, so I got to avoid the debris, and it was important for me to focus on making sure that I could react quick enough if he decided to come back across the track. And once I cleared that, then I'm like, yes, I've just won my second race.
What did you say to yourself in the car? Was there a holy shit? Come on. What was it? What was it?
Yeah,
I need to know.
Dude, honestly, there was a lot of emotion. It wasn't like a holy shit. There was just a ton of emotion. There was a lot going on for me. Obviously, this is my only one, or it was my only race that I'm contracted to do. I'm actually unemployed right now. So
jeez.
It's the biggest unemployment check I received.
Yeah, right.
But,
wait, you don't have a sponsor right now?
No, my deal was just for that one race.
Take that shirt off. Why are you giving them free advertising?
I'm out of contracts. So
well, you gotta
have
something kind of in the pipe. You've been talking, I bet, right?
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing for me, certainly at my stage in my career, is to make sure I'm with a good team. I mean,
right.
You want to do this to win, and with all due respect to a lot of the teams out there, it's hard for them to compete with a couple of the big guys.
You need the big bucks coming in, and
no, it's not the big bucks. It doesn't matter about that now. I've done well enough where I can be more selective.
I don't mean for you personally. I mean for the team. That you need money to pay for the machinery. You can't be rigging something together instead of getting quality parts and have mechanics. You got to pay the best.
You're right, and it's the development, the wind tunnel stuff, the shaker rig, and all these crazy things that perhaps people don't see from the outside, but it's so important when you're in the business.
Yeah, that's So you're looking, and are people contacting you? And
yeah,
I would assume
we've had a couple of offers for the next race. The next race is a twin race, the Texas 275. So they're going to do, it's the first time they've ever done this. They're going to do, one race. It's a shorter race based on, you'll qualify, the quickest guy starts first. And like I said, it's going to be a shorter race, but then for the second race that they're going to do on the same day, you draw out the hat, or out of a hat for your grid position, and then you start the second race like that.
Start it like that.
I'd love to be part of it, but unfortunately, I'm going to be in the booth. I'm going to do the TV, coverage.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, for Versus.
Okay. What do you? How'd you get started in racing? That's always kind of a weird thing with some guys. Like in the old days, it was bootlegging.
Right.
How'd you get
for
started?
The NASCAR people. Right?
No, believe it or not, I started in go-karts at 4 years of age. And when I say I started at 4 years of age, my father was a really good go-karter, and he drove for one of the big teams. Well, the rival big team, took a bet on me, thinking that I'd be as good as my dad, hopefully. And I was at the racetrack every weekend. Obviously, I wasn't allowed to race till I was 8, but every time I could practice, I'd be on the track practicing at 4 years of age. And it was professional. It wasn't like it was your kid karts at the fair.
Yeah.
It was full on, but it's a really cool sport to be part of. I mean, I love it. I really do.
Oh, I don't doubt. I would tell you about my own racing experience. It is in the NASCAR. But I went to a Pocono.
NASCAR.
I went to NASCAR. I went to a Pocono Raceway, and
I was hearing it.
Took a few laps around there.
What speed did you get up to?
For you, it's probably nothing. I got up to about 170 at one point.
Oh, so you were doing what we do in second gear. Cool,
in second gear, yeah.
Good job, bro.
That does amaze me. Because this is my run with my own car. This is with the Shelby. I had the.
He's got the Mustang.
I was kidding, but this is nothing.
Are you expecting him to be impressed by this?
No. But it's fun.
Do you realize you showing him that?
That's the pace car coming out of the pit.
That's like somebody sitting you down going, hey, look at this podcast I did in my living room.
Exactly. I know. Hey, he's got to appreciate the fun and excitement of being behind the wheel, I think.
No, it's cool. Like
no, it is fun.
The Indy cars, especially right now, that they're so fast, and I don't know if you guys watched the qualifying shows, but to think that Michael Andretti's two of his 5 cars were bumped out the field it's so competitive.
Wow,
so
that is, yeah.
It's good to be part of right now.
Do you look at with a certain respect on the old guys that did this when perhaps it wasn't as safe and they were still experimenting with a lot of things?
Yeah, you look at some of the cars these guys used to drive, and I wouldn't even step in them.
Goofy ideas of the higher wing and the
unbelievable, like hot water radiator pipes running right next to your legs and stuff like that. We're blessed these days. Our cars are incredibly safe, and we've got the soft wall around the outside of the track now, which they say is soft, but when you hit that thing at 225, it still hurts.
Yeah, I believe it. The safety technology has gotten amazing. When you could look at what happened in front of you there. And he walks away from it. JR?
Yeah, well, the biggest thing is it's supposed to look a lot more spectacular because all that stuff flying off is dissipating the energy and taking it away from the driver.
Yeah, the worst thing is not seeing anything leaving the vehicle because then the driver is absorbing a lot of energy.
Yeah, if you see our cars going backwards with the gearbox first, that's when you tend to worry. But for the most part, and knock on wood, we haven't had any injuries for a while, which is great.
That is amazing because years ago you would just see these spectacular flaming crashes up into the friggin' stands on fire. It's like the Hindenburg disaster, and it is amazing.
You have a bad crash?
Yeah, I've been doing it a long time now, so I've had a couple, and it's always the ones that actually don't look that bad are the ones that hurt the most. I was doing at Richmond. It's it's a tiny track that we used to do. I was doing a qualifying sim round there, and one of the mechanics had forgot to do the suspension bolt up. They'd mounted it in a different position for performance, but he forgot to put the bolt on.
Oh.
And I came out of turn 2, and I mean it's a 16 second lap, and I was probably doing about 170, and the car just turned hard right into the wall. That was a big one. But Indianapolis in my rookie year, I defended kind of vigorously. I had some guy was getting a run on me, so I defended pretty vigorous, actually too vigorously to tell you the truth. And I paid for it. I hit the wall, and then the wind got underneath the car and flipped it over.
Oh, it did one of those.
Yeah,
those are.
What kind of injuries you get from that?
No, actually, I didn't have. I didn't have it. No, nothing at all.
Not even bumps and bruises.
No,
It's amazing that you walk away from something like
yeah,
that.
it was one of those things. I was just, Indianapolis. It's a month long, and it's a month long at the racetrack. But what people don't see is the preparation that these guys put in back at the race shop itself. They're away from their families for a long time. Yeah, and the seams on the car. Just when you rub your hand over the bodywork, if you can feel that, they'll spend days trying to rub
Just
that out,
trying
so
to get it out.
you can't feel it
Over the course of the whole race, that would take some time off of your.
And I was just bummed for letting them down on that one, but that's the way it is. It's a very, very special race for us.
Oh yeah, that would have to be sure. That's amazing.
I have to ask, Danica Patrick. You guys don't think she's hot, do you?
She's a buddy of mine. Even though she's been tugging on my arm every now and then. Actually, you can pull that one up on YouTube. That's a good one. But
you got. She's all right. They make her sound like she's this bombshell.
I think she's very attractive.
Well, when she's dressed up for a shoot, she looks
right?
good. Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry.
And Jen,
I'm sorry. I didn't know you guys were friends.
Well, no, I mean,
she's an IndyCar racer too.
I'll tell it like it is. She's cute. When
she's all right.
Yeah.
And based on the curve of the drivers, she's like really, really hot.
Yeah.
Because you think of who else is racing.
How was Debbie Gibson?
What's that?
She want to come in and say hi real fast?
Oh, I didn't ask her.
You know Debbie Gibson?
I just said hi.
No, I don't know Debbie Gibson.
She's an old pop singer from years ago.
She was like the first Britney Spears.
Really?
Yeah, many moons ago. Where are you originally from?
Originally from England.
England, yes.
Yeah, I tell everybody Alabama, but
yeah, I don't think they buy it. No, huh?
How long have you been racing?
So I've been in IndyCar since 2002. I've been doing. I started in go-karts at 4. Moved into the race cars about 18. I've just been doing it ever since.
Do you ever see Grease Lightning?
Yeah.
With Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
Wendell Scott, right? What was his name? Wendell Scott?
Yeah.
Black race car driver?
And then Talladega Nights.
Oh, yeah, okay. That one.
Oh, Will Ferrell? I didn't see that.
It was pretty funny.
I guess that's like their Spinal Tap. Right? For race car drivers.
That's a good one. It's not very accurate, but it's a good one.
Yeah. I remember watching in the old days, too, where you never realized how the pit area was so dangerous until you just saw people with that fire that you can't see.
Yeah.
And some of the pit crew would just be going, just freaking out. And now the pit crew is dressed in all the safety gear. But they used to just be in jeans and fucking T-shirt. And, fuel them up, let them go.
It's crazy. The best way I can put, I don't know your big freeway here, but like in LA, the 405, it's like you being in the slow lane and changing a tire. On the 405 freeway in rush hour. It's nuts. I mean, the biggest thing now is so competitive that to make positions up in the pits is, what everybody's trying to do, because it's hard to pass on the track. And, you're trying to save tenths of a second. We're trying to drive into our pit box very quick and brake at the last possible minute. Well, sometimes you end up hitting your guys. You've got to get out really quick. It's a tight pit lane. It looks like on TV, it looks very wide, but when you're trying to get multiple cars out, it's really tight. We get a lot of incidents there, actually.
Do you guys all have? I'm sorry. Do you guys all have your own pit area?
Yeah,
that's a stupid question. But
no, it's a good question. It's an assigned pit area. Indianapolis, it's based off your qualifying speed. So the person that qualifies on the pole has the first pick. So typically you want to be the furthest down.
Yeah, I would want to be.
That's a huge advantage, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
When you pull into the pit, what do you? They change your tires, whatever they do. How long does it usually take? Like a problem-free pit stop?
4 tires and fuel.
4 tires and fuel is 8 seconds. Just it should be less than that. A little bit less.
It's hilarious.
Are you fucking 8 seconds?
Yeah.
What?
And it feels like an age. It feels like an age.
Come on, yeah.
How long was it? Say 20 years ago.
Holy smokes!
Where they used to have to pull the jacks out and stuff.
Yeah. Man, it's got.
They got it down to a science now, obviously.
It's got to have been 45 seconds, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at that. We're watching a pit change. There you go.
Where's the gas?
Right here. On the left side
Pouring
of the
it
car.
But how do you get the gas in the car that fast?
It's it just comes from a big tank that it flows extremely quickly.
But wait, now was there only one bolt on each one?
Yeah, only one wheel nut.
One right on the middle.
It's good they don't have like my old Saturn did, where you had like the wheel lock and all that shit.
Yeah, he's in the glove compartment trying to find it.
Yeah.
And another great thing about this, and I don't know when they came up with this, but what a great idea! Just having that pneumatic jack system that's in the car. They plug in a hose. And jacks actually come out of the bottom of the car, lift the car up.
Man, you know what you're talking about.
And
I'm
it's fantastic. It's amazing. So because it used to be the guy coming out with the fucking jack.
Yeah.
It's like how long it takes to get the fucking car up. Now it's boom, it's up, it's back down, and the guy's taking off.
What if you hit that when you're driving, or does it have to be a certain speed or less for it to work?
You can only the pit guy has to put it in.
How long do these guys practice that? Just hours at a time?
You know,
between races?
The top teams will practice every single day. I mean, look how dangerous that is.
Oh, damn. Yeah, we just watched some guy get hit by a car that was coming through.
Is he dead?
As he was changing the outside front.
You know, it's just everything happens so quick. But what they do now as well, this is the hard one for me, is they won't allow, because what people were doing, they were leaving as quick as they possibly can as soon as a guy waved.
Right.
But sometimes, you know, that the fuel probe that they connect to the car to, you know, put fuel in the car, that's really heavy. And if it doesn't come out at the right angle, it won't come out right away. So what happens was the guy that sends you out the pits would pull it out, but it wouldn't come all the way, and the guy would see that motion
and go
and send it, and then you're dragging a freaking pit tank down the road.
I've seen that happen a couple
Danny
of times.
just picked up on something in this video where he punches the guy in the helmet for running him over.
I guess after the fact, he leans over and punches the guy in the helmet. Watch.
We're watching the guy get run over in the pit a little bit, and then he gets pissed off and fucking gives him a right.
Not gonna do anything. Should have headbutted him. Oh man,
I've seen that before, but I mean, there's the mechanics don't like when people make silly mistakes on pit road, and you shouldn't as a professional.
No,
it's way too dangerous for those guys.
How long are you actually riding it? By the way, this is what an asshole I am. As I'm talking to him, I'm making an oval circle with my fingers, just so he knows I'm talking clearly. How long at a time are you actually going for?
So like the race length is about Indianapolis 500 is about 3.5 hours, and then a typical stint where you can run out a full tank of gas. Well, JR did 36 laps, so I could only do about 32 laps.
How long for a lap?
So it's 39.5 seconds. Between 39.5 and 40 seconds, depending on traffic.
So 40 times, say 36 is, wow, okay, that's about 28 minutes, something like that?
Can I ask the P question?
I was actually going to ask you ever have to shit while you were riding.
No, I figure you get the duties out of the way before the race. But the pee. I mean, you're drinking a lot of fluid because you're dehydrating.
Yeah.
So come on.
Hey, if you got to go, you got to go, right?
Hey.
Have you ever peed in your pants while you're riding?
You have to.
Oh, yeah. Everybody does.
Actually, Robbie Gordon, the NASCAR driver, a funny story. Dario got injured at Indianapolis, and so they put Robbie in to replace him. And, Dario didn't want, the guy taking his spot to pee in his car. That was like Dario's car. And Robbie Gordon put on this, I was a rookie in the team there. So he was the guy that I think he thought it was his job to teach me all the bad things because he's that kind of guy. He's a great guy, funny guy. And so he puts this catheter thing on and a tube that runs down his leg and it comes out like the bottom. Like of his race suit, and they're sitting on the grid prior to the race, and I guess one of the mechanics runs over to the car because he can see leaking fluid.
Yeah, that's not
good. So he gets on the radio and speaks to Robbie, and Robbie just smiles at Dario, but Dario was a little upset with that one. But yeah, if you got to go, man, you got to go.
Piss in
and
the
of
car.
course, you guys got to go. 3.5 hours of drinking fluids.
In all seriousness, it's very important to stay hydrated. Like when we run as close as we do, obviously, you lose clarity with your vision. So it's it's so important to stay, hydrated, and the diet has to be right.
What time would you pick to do that? Because I don't think during
this is technical. It's getting technical now.
Well, it is kind of interesting that you kind of are a little distracted when you just kind of, letting off that fluid there. And if you were making a move at that point, I would think you'd probably want to be under yellow or something.
Any time that I've been, it's been under yellow. You don't think about it.
No pun intended.
Yeah, when you're
yellow.
When you're going, when you're running, you wouldn't even think about
it's a great
stuff
question because when you're in the ocean, you got a leak, you can't relax yourself because another wave's coming. You know what I mean?
So it's something to do.
Yeah, you can't just relax.
Remind me never go swimming with you guys.
Yeah, stay out of the pool.
Fuck that.
So, now, by the way, do you have a straw or something? You're not actually picking something and drinking it, are you? Do you have a straw? Because you got to hold the wheel with both hands.
No, we have. We're actually kind of lazy.
Cup holders.
We have. Basically, it's like a camel pack thing. That the cyclists use. It's a great big one of them, and there's a tube that comes up into your helmet, but it's got a motor on it, so you push a button and it kind of shoots the the water into your mouth.
You guys have thought of everything.
It's got to be. That's got to be pretty warm water after a while. Huh?
No, the mechanics are good. They freeze it. They freeze it the night before, so you're all good to go. I mean, if you don't do that, it'll literally burn your mouth.
And it's got to be hot in the cockpit there. During the race, what do they use to cool you down? Is it airflow or?
Yeah, the airflow typically takes care of you. But I mean, we do it so much, you just get used to it. It really doesn't bother you. The most it bothers you is when you do a practice day, because you pretty much don't get out of the car very much. You're in it the whole time, and it's when you come in the pits that you notice the heat. As soon as you're on track, you're fine. But when you come in, I mean, some days we're testing and it might be 90 degrees. Well, that means in the cockpit it's well over 100. So
and the track is just burning, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Too,
So it's not bad though. I mean, like I say, we've been doing it long enough, and it's not like you're worried about sweating really.
So how can you really practice on a practice day though? Because there's no other cars with you, right?
Yeah, but you work on the setup of the race car. You'll do long runs, see how the car performs over the duration of the run. A lot of different things like that. You'll see a lot of aerodynamic tests that we do. They'll change the shape of a certain wing part, and it can make a huge difference, believe it or not. When you think you win races by hundredths of a second, that these little things that can make a huge difference on the race.
I've seen some of the adjustments on the front wing of some of the NASCARs, and there's so many adjustment rods on there just to tweak it or twist the wing a little bit. It's amazing to me that it's gotten to that point where you're talking about hundredths of second adding up to
absolutely
each lap.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, on the steering wheel, I can move weight to the inside front wheel, and that'll in effect make the car more loose, as you guys say, loose. I say oversteer and understeer, but that'll make the car loose. That'll make the car more loose, or obviously if the car is loose, I can shift weight to the other side, and it'll give the car more push. more understeer. And then we've got front and rear anti-roll bar adjusters. There's you can even have a damper adjuster in the car. Shock
in the car. So
yeah.
Now as you're going, something that would have taken going into the pit and having some guy turn a wrench, you can feel it as you're driving and adjust accordingly like that.
Exactly. And each click, we have a range of 20 clicks, and it'll shift 10 pound a click, and it makes a huge difference to us.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
God
damn. I have a question. When you're
thought of that,
don't you? When you're going, I'm always like worried when I'm passing in traffic. How do you not? You're doing 200 fucking miles, and how are you not worried that your tires are just gonna bump in? How do you make any sense out of that
decisions too
in the lack of space you have to work with?
You just get used to it, and typically it's been the same group of drivers now for a while. Obviously you get rookies come in and you get new people, but you get to learn their traits. Like you can learn Elio Castroneves. You can drive very close with him because he'll respect the fact that you're close, but he's not unpredictable. You're around somebody like Kanan, he can get a little unpredictable sometimes.
How close is close for you guys?
I mean, literally an inch. You'll see. I mean, you can see on.
You guys are an inch apart when you're going that fast.
Yeah,
open wheels too.
And you know what? We
crazy.
can be like at Texas. This next race coming up. That's a high bank track. So we'll run inches apart, side by side, but you might also have a car at like an inch or two in front of you, and you'll be sitting right up behind that car. You could even have cars, like inches behind you. So you're in close proximity to, it could be 4 to 6 cars. It's nuts, and
maintaining speed.
Yeah,
and a lot of tailgating happening.
Yeah, and that's why you just got to trust the people you're around. But I think like I say, a lot of us have been around enough to respect one another and know that bad things can happen.
Now, how do you? All right, so say you're sandwiched between 3 other cars. How do you pass anybody? No one's gonna move. How do you fucking get around anybody? I don't get it. That's horrifying.
Well, we have to rely a lot on aerodynamics. So, sometimes people's cars they're not able to run that close, and they'll wash up the track. They'll push up the track. So, that's when you make your move.
Wow. You could see when you're watching at home, it's a lot easier to see like, oh shit, that guy's slowing down, or something's fucking up with his car, or
you guys like to cuss on air, right?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah,
satellite.
Yeah.
Just accentuate what you're saying, right?
It's just the way we talk. It's so weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Does it sound weird?
I wonder why.
Sounds weird.
Yeah.
No, it's just funny.
Talking about fucking cars.
We try not to do it gratuitously, like when discussing cunting tires.
You want to sound more manly, so we throw a couple fucks.
I know, you're a race car driver. We got to toughen up here. We're fucking fruity radio people.
You ever, time for another hack question. Do you ever get speeding tickets?
Yeah, driving as a civilian.
How's that? We talked to the motocross guys a while ago, and they said they don't own motorcycles because they're not crazy. They would never bring a motorcycle on a highway.
Right.
But they would do what they do in motocross,
Yeah, it's pretty much the same with us. I know, when I go on the road, I'm pretty chilled. It's one of those things when you're in the race car, you're getting every last 10th or 100th of a second out of the thing. It's nice when you're driving home just to kind of relax. I mean, I've got the coffee in one hand, I've got the cell phone in the other. And steering with your knee. That's my biggest problem.
Doesn't that make you crazy when you're in the Lincoln Tunnel or something, and you're like, that's a fucking 110th of a second you're wasting? Because I'm horrible. I literally will look at the guy in front of me, and there's 5 car lengths in front of him. I'm like, you fuck. Yeah. That's why I'm in traffic, because I don't know how you guys. I guess maybe because every real bit of driving is kind of pussyish compared to what they do.
It just turns his brain off, probably.
But when you're driving, though, do you, just as a civilian, do you still look 5-6 cars ahead and go, yeah, I could cut around that way? I could make a couple moves. I'm going in here.
Yeah, I like
to
glide through the traffic. I hate the people that sit in the freaking slow or the fast lane going slow.
Yes, I hate them
That's
too.
an American thing. I've traveled a lot. That's an American thing, man.
Americans are stupid. Get out of the left lane. Move. You're over in Germany. They're not pulling that shit.
Well, the Autobahn has no speed limit, right?
Well, in some spots.
You really don't see this anywhere else except America.
No. Well,
why are we such assholes?
You do, but it's a big. That's an American thing, right?
It really is. Left lane, 40 miles an hour, with nary a clue that there's a parade behind them.
Exactly.
If you look in your mirror and see a bunch of cars behind you, and you look in front and see nobody, don't you realize you're the problem?
Yeah.
Well, it's like my bumper sticker says, sober, slow on booze, enjoy the road.
So anywhere else, man, if someone's behind you, they just move out of your way if you're in the fast lane. God.
Yeah, well, I mean, you
How
can,
great
right?
would that be?
Yeah, there's some crazy people. I mean, in England.
Yeah.
If you're in the fast lane, you're hauling butt. I'm telling you.
You better move.
So if you're going slow, they're gonna come right at you.
They'll let you know.
And they're actually aggressive. They'll pull you over and beat your ass.
Driving hooligans. I love it.
What's the big race in England? Is it as popular there as it is here?
Motor racing is popular. Obviously, the Indianapolis 500 is the biggest race in the world. There's definitely no race like that. But the big races in England are obviously the British Grand Prix. The one with the most history is Monaco.
Yeah.
That's obviously not in England, but it's that's kind of Europe's kind of blue ribbon event.
You've raced at all these places, right?
I haven't raced in Formula One. I actually declined Formula One to stay in IndyCar, so I'll never be allowed back there.
Why?
Oh, wow.
It's just a bit of an ego thing, but I love the Indianapolis 500, and it's such a cool event to be part of, like the qualifying, the practice, and the way the car feels driving around that track.
So now you haven't done road courses? Or you race?
Yeah, IndyCar has road courses now.
Okay.
But obviously, when I was in Europe, it was all road courses.
All road
I only
courses.
did ovals when I came over here.
Road courses where they just rope off a regular road?
No, it's different. Now you're turning right and left.
Right and left. Yeah, but you're right though. They do. We do a very big street race in actually my home city, St. Petersburg, Florida. Long Beach is a big one.
Yeah, Long
we're
Beach
doing one in
Grand Prix is
Baltimore.
huge.
Actually, you had a track not too far down the road from here, Watkins Glen. That is a phenomenal road course to drive. Really, really good.
Everyone talks about Watkins Glen.
Yeah, that's a great track.
Do you prefer road or ovals?
I like them both. They require different technique, but I really like them both.
Mixes it up. Hey, is there a button on the steering wheel to pass people? Dave in PA is saying you got to ask him about it.
There's a push the pass button. So it's Honda is the engine that we all use, and they've developed a system where it's almost like a shoot of extra horsepower for a certain period of time, and they can adjust that length of time. At Indianapolis, I believe it lasted. You got 15 push to passes, and each one lasted, I think, 20 seconds.
Jeez.
So it gives you just a little bit of extra horsepower, and what it helps you do is complete an overtaking maneuver, basically.
So you're going around someone, you're going around them, you just want to get around them faster. Wow. You hit that. But why? Obviously, you're sacrificing fuel during that time.
Yeah, you're going to use it. You're going to use a little bit more fuel.
What if the other guy pushes his button too?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's a good point.
Thank you.
That's why
hysterical, though.
It's got some knowledge, and I'm doing the common guy shit.
That's
for everybody.
great. I love
That's how this works.
Looks like the old cruise control on my steering wheel.
That's right, Jimmy.
Jimmy
uses his car for different things.
That's right.
Oh, really?
Do you have a passenger seat in yours?
No.
It'll be no good for me, because where would a young lady sit when she hops in for money?
Or, lady,
Jimmy likes
whatever.
to take a lot of right turns himself. Well,
yeah,
you would be
it's the whole prostitution ritual thing.
Yeah,
So you press that, and it gives you extra horsepower. How many horsepower are you riding when you're
going down the road regular?
No. In this car, how many horsepower?
In the Indy car, you'll probably have close to 700. In a 1500, it's about 1,588 pounds, the car.
Wow.
1,500?
So power to weight ratio is very good.
What do you drive in your personal life?
I've been part of the Honda family, so I have, and I got 2 kids now, so I've got the Acura MDX, I've got
the Honda Accord hatchback.
Yeah,
it was one of my first cars.
Nice.
That thing fucking flew, man.
Nice.
It really did.
Yeah. I got the Acura RL. I mean, when I was single, I had like the Lamborghinis and stuff like that, but there's really no need for them anymore.
No, huh?
Yeah, exactly. They are just good to pick up. I'd be scared. I could never drive something like that up to a place because my self-hatred and shame, like as I got out, everybody would know I just felt like I didn't deserve such a nice car, so I could never drive a fancy car.
That's Debbie Gibson.
Oh, she's very lovely. Oh, look at her
I can see why you like Debbie in here
Isn't
now.
Debbie great?
Yeah, she's like a legendary singer.
Yeah, she's been a pop star here for since the 80s. Yeah. Look at the friggin' time. What are we doing?
Yeah, I think
we gotta run.
I know. We gotta wrap up.
Wow, her body looks fucking great.
She looks fantastic.
Hey, Dan, this is
really does.
So wait,
Look at her
like,
ass.
are you married?
No, I'm single.
Well, let's see what game you got.
I have
want
none.
to see it.
He's got game. Jimmy downplay.
Here's my game.
Go ahead, show him.
All right, look. I'll give you this for oral, this for full service. That's my game. Look, I'll be really nice to you if you do this at the end of the massage. I have no rap. I have forgotten how to have a rap with a chick. If there's no money involved, I'm a lost soul. Really, I'm totally lost.
Try using your honesty.
That doesn't work a lot.
It seems to
look,
now.
It's well worth it, sweetheart. Valtrex, Schmaltrex, hop right on.
Dan, move the mic so I get a picture for Twitter for you.
No worries.
Do you make fun of the people that have to drive the Viagra car?
Well, the Viagra doesn't sponsor anybody in IndyCar.
They don't do that in Indy. Yeah, they do it. They're doing that in NASCAR.
I think that was Mark Martin, right? For a while.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
I bet you hate when the Viagra car is right behind you. That's gonna. I don't want to step on the brakes. Do you guys have rear view mirrors and directionals?
We have mirrors.
You do have mirrors.
Either side of the cockpit.
Okay,
and then actually we have spotters, and so they're up on in effect like a spotting tower where they can basically see the whole track. We have 2 of them at Indianapolis, and we have obviously radios in our ears, and we'll be able to. They'll let us know where another car is in relation to us. And they'll let us know things like, if you're not leading and the guy leading is doing a different racing line or using a different racing line to what you are, they'll say, hey, we'll try moving up the track and this is working for the leader, stuff like that. So they're kind of
take what the leader's doing and kind of pass some info on to you.
Yeah, they're a good source of information for us.
The announcers to me, like horse racing guys who play by whatever they call announcers, are amazing because there's so much action and to remember all the names. And I imagine for Indy, it's like a 3.5 hour race where you have to talk. And here comes number 6, number 5 is still slowing down. Number 6 is ahead of him again. And now here comes number 4. It's like you got to talk for 3.5 hours like that. It's fucking amazing.
Knowing all the cars,
you know, because I did one race where I was in the commentary booth too. It goes much quicker when you're sitting there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's much harder than you think. They've got an earpiece in you, and they're telling you like when to wrap up. And I give those guys credit. It's definitely harder than it looks. I mean,
is that what you're also looking to do though? So doing the commentary?
No, I think I'd like to keep driving for another 5-6 years. But maybe after that, I definitely enjoy it.
Yeah.
If you're not going to be in the race car itself, it's better than being at home, I think.
Watch some of the new young bucks out there.
Yeah.
Tearing up the track.
Do you have to be a certain weight? Because I know with jockeys, they weigh them on the horse. And it's like, I guess you're an in-shape guy, so you don't want to be like 20 pounds overweight, right? That just slows you down.
It definitely slows you down. And then, so for us, what they do is they weigh you at the start of the season. You have to pass an IndyCar medical. And they'll weigh you then. And then what they do, like Danica's obviously the lightest. And so they give her, a certain amount of ballast that she has to carry. And then with the other drivers, they'll kind of look at the range. And then depending on where you fit within that range, they'll give you a certain amount of ballast.
They handicap you with extra weight.
Where does that weight go?
Put in the car.
It's almost on the floor of the car. They have like kind of areas for ballast.
Because don't you guys have to figure that out now too?
What's that?
When you figure out how much weight,
probably
extra weight you got to carry.
Center of gravity, you probably place it.
That's a huge performance.
That makes you adjust all sorts of stuff too, right?
Yeah, so being light is important because you can kind of move the weight around to suit the characteristics of the car.
I'd put it all in the front wing.
Yeah.
That would be a good spot for it, going around those cars. Talk about push.
It is up to you guys where you want to put it?
Yeah, you can place it.
Can you put it just right on your crotch or something?
No, probably not.
Probably
not.
Wait, balance is like what, 10, 15 pounds, something like that?
Depending, that's what he's saying.
I carry 15 for the Indianapolis 500.
Wow.
So
does anybody carry none, like the heaviest one?
Yeah. There's some people that carry none. Actually, Townsend Bell, my teammate, he I don't know how this worked. He was 5 or 6 pounds heavier than me, but yet he didn't have to carry any.
When you had to carry 15.
Yeah. So maybe their math is not as good as it should be.
Do all the cars weigh the same or no?
It depends. We've been using the same car for about 7 years now, I believe. And so some of the older cars that have been crashed, the tubs have then been repaired. Well, typically if the tubs have been repaired from crashes, it keeps adding weight. So, again, that's a disadvantage to have an older tub. The car that I actually won the 500 in this year, was the 7th car made in 2003. So it was a really old car.
Wow, that is an old one.
Yeah.
But you probably like you know everything about how it handles, and you probably, although the parts are always kind of new, right? So
yeah, they have to. If they don't put new parts on, they'll crack check them to make sure they mileage them, and then crack check them to make sure that they're going to be fine.
How long are tires good for? One set of tires can go how far?
Firestone do a good job, actually. They do a phenomenal job. At Indianapolis, we'll do laps around an average speed of 225 miles an hour, and they'll be good for 30 to 35 laps. Which
so every pit you change them.
Yes, yeah. Wow. You can actually go longer. It just if you put new tires, or if I didn't put new tires on and the rest of the field did, then I'd be swallowed up in a heartbeat.
Where do all those tires go?
Back to Firestone.
Oh, and they just make
melt down the rubber and reuse them or something?
Probably, yeah.
They go into the rainforest and just light them on fire.
Not smart. Get rid of them. Forest got nothing going on. Wait, now what about rain? See, I hate driving in the rain. I'm always afraid of hydroplaning. When it rains, do you panic or no?
Yes, panic.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go in a circle. You gotta make sharp turns in the rain.
Oh, my God.
You ever tried doing that?
Well, they shut down races if it's raining too hard, right?
On the ovals, yes. On the road and street courses, no. We'll carry on in the rain. They just put wet tires on.
So what's a wet tire? What's the difference between a wet tire and a regular tire?
It has like the grooves.
Oh, okay.
For the water to to go.
But you can take a turn just as well on a wet tire.
Not as quick. No, not as quick. You'll slip and slide around more. But it's fun to drive in the rain. You can kind of throw the car around a little bit more. You have to use throttle control. You don't have to worry about being so smooth.
So if you drive and you feel it like wavering a little bit, you don't freak out.
No, you gotta be relaxed and cool in there.
Panic.
I would hate that. Yeah,
Jimmy
slam on the brakes.
Jimmy would be the worst driver.
I really would. I'd be doing like 80, like zipping away, and 55 on the turns, directionals.
I like your questions, though, man. You got some good questions.
This is what everybody gets curious about.
Yeah,
it's
like, the weird shit.
What scares the shit out of me in a car, I can't comprehend. Like, I would like to sit in the passenger seat and just go around once when there's no one on the track. Like just do 150.
In like a NASCAR.
You can do. They do 2-seater rides now.
Do they?
Yeah,
they do. Wow.
Mario Andretti does them sometimes, and that guy's he's a legend. He's so committed in the 2-seater program. He goes as quick as some people in the regular car.
Oh man!
But the big thing with us is you've got to be able to feel what the car's doing. Like Indianapolis is all about the confidence. The driver's got to have a ton of confidence. And so, if you do feel it getting loose, just take a deep breath and then kind of look at the controls in the cockpit and try and adjust them to, compensate for that.
Do you have a horn?
No.
I love
No,
I probably wouldn't.
I tell you what I did do. This is nothing to be proud of, but I gave somebody the bird at the 500 with like 15 laps to go. Like I talk about the aerodynamics. I got a run on a car. And I picked up a push behind that car. So coming out of turn 2...
What's that mean, you picked up a push behind the car?
The car kind of washed up towards the wall. And so I lost some momentum. Well, I mean, I lost some momentum, and there was a guy behind me that had a run on me. Well, he just drew alongside and just started driving me towards the wall.
Oh, sure.
And I've been around long enough to know there was nothing I could do. He was going to pass me, but he continued to like pin me to the wall. So, once he got by me, I kind of let him go a bit. Then I got the run and got him back. And yeah, I did have to give him the bird to let him know that I was not best pleased, because there was no need for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there was no need for that.
Yeah, it would be great if you threw something at him, threw your coffee.
Why does he have a cup of coffee?
Because he's got to fucking drive it 3.5 hours.
Yeah, he's got to stay awake.
Indy 500, he's got a coffee in his hand.
What's wrong with you? Of course.
Exactly. Unless he's fucking trying to program his iPod.
Right in his coffee cup that he's got right to his right.
You can't hear any music while you're doing that either, right? No music at all.
No.
That's cool. They play a little music. Why not?
No, they got people talking to him the whole time.
He's got to hear his team and
with all sorts of figures.
That's great.
Yeah. And I'm curious about this too. Obviously, there's windshield wipers on the rain, but they must coat the windshields with something too.
We don't have windshield.
You really don't?
No. It's all open.
I didn't realize that.
It's on his helmet. Then
how do you protect from the mosquitoes?
So wait, so in the rain you're just getting wet?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, that's fucking.
The aerodynamics of the car too kind of blows the shit away from you.
It blows it. It blows it.
Okay,
much away from you.
That's got to be a very powerful fucking force.
200 miles an hour is a little different than 50 miles an hour on the highway with rain.
So there is something on your helmet that takes the rain off.
No, so obviously, I mean, you've seen a regular helmet. We've got the visor, and basically the way it's shaped, kind of the water
just pushes it right off.
And I bet they put like that clear what's that Rain-X or whatever on it. Yeah, that stuff supposedly works.
Do you guys still have that plastic that
tear offs?
The tear offs?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've seen the ones. Do you ever see the ones with the motors on the side, and they go, and they just kind of move out of the way.
That's what they do in motocross. That's what they do in motocross. We don't do that. We do the regular tear offs.
So you pile up a few of these clear plastic things, and if someone's engine blows or they throw some oil at you and it sticks there, they could just rip off one and it's clear again.
Jockeys do that too. They have X amount of, I forget how many goggles each one has, but I guess they have to rip them off because of the dirt that's getting kicked up in their face.
It'd be funny if it lands on a horse behind him and the horse's goggles on.
Yeah, I know. But don't they, that's gotta suck though if someone throws their goggles and your horse trips. That's humiliating. Fucking horse trips on goggles.
Humiliating.
Yeah.
That's the word for it. Well, Dan Weldon.
Dan, this really was great.
I know.
I think it turned me into a little bit more of a fan.
Should be, man. You guys should come out to Indy 500.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this sport, but after this interview, I think I'm going to take a little more of a look.
Yeah,
when's the next time you race?
Well, I don't know yet. I haven't finalized my deal, but the next race is
happens
the
every
Texas
time.
one,
in Texas Motor Speedway this weekend on Saturday night, and then there's two races.
Right.
Like I say, Texas 275. You'll be impressed. It's going to be intense, and you'll like the sparks that the cars kick off at nighttime. It'll be
I'm gonna check it out. I think it's gonna be on Versus.
Yeah, so it'll be the Texas Twin 275s on Versus.
Yeah, okay.
It's a hell of a watch, by the way. What is that?
Thanks, man.
Can you really tell the time on that? Because I like numbers on my watch. I hate when it's just hands. I can never I swear to God, I can't.
Jimmy's like a child.
But honestly,
child wonderment.
I like a watch with a big 6 and a 5 on it.
Yeah, and all the other numbers.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I cannot look at a watch. It's a very fancy watch. It's a gentleman's watch.
Well, he has very good eyesight.
Thanks,
I would gather.
Yeah, all right.
That's great.
Do you ever hear the Texas Mile? What they do out there, and they have a mile of it looks like an old runway or something, and you're just able to bring your car there, make it go. And people have taken their cars there and just wrecked them at over 200 miles an hour. There's a lot of YouTube videos on it. It's probably not the safest thing to do. I would gather.
Well, I think they do that at the racetrack too, right? At Texas Motor Speedway, I saw something on TV once that they were doing a similar thing.
Really? Just out there.
Let's see what you
there's some passionate people with their cars.
Crazy ass people.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Dan, and it's Dan Weldon on Twitter. WHELDON is how you spell.
Yeah,
his last
Dan
name.
was great, man.
It was fun, man.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. Hopefully, you will be tuning in more.
I absolutely would love to watch you. Have you met?
No, not yet.
Well, he's one of the sponsors, all right?
Yeah. William Rast is one of the sponsors on the car.
I think he'd be right up there.
You'll have to meet him now. He just won the big Indy.
Wait, even after you won the race, he still didn't give you a call?
No, he sent me a
What's wrong
message.
with Justin Timberlake?
He's probably busy.
He's
busy to not call the guy who won the Indy 500?
Well, he said he sent him a message.
Yeah,
Cool.
he sent me a message through a buddy, or through Colin Dine that works for
I was
William
wondering,
Rast.
do you drink the milk after the race if you're lactose intolerant?
You can choose what milk you drink.
You
actually.
can?
Yeah, you can.
really?
You can do chocolate milk, skim milk. Well, you can do whatever milk you want.
Is that tradition? The winner gets a big thing of milk?
No one drinks soy milk, though, right? That's
you could. It's on there. Yeah. I think it's on the list of things to choose from.
What about bumper stickers? All right, let's get out of here.
How great would it be if you requested breast milk?
That's something you would do. I haven't known you that long, but you do that.
Jimmy Norton,
you figured it out, Dan.
500.
You figured it out, Dan.
Yeah.
But he wants to drink it right from the tap in front of everybody.
Of course he does.
Make the yummy noise.
Right.
All right. Thanks a lot, Dan. This is great.
Yeah, it really was.
Tomorrow we got
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Florentine will be in, and of course Sugar Ray Leonard at like 9:30.
Very cool.
I'm on Red Eye tonight on Fox News, so
Very good.
enjoy
And Dan,
me.
come back and see us next time you're in New York, all right?
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.
Dan Weldon, the winner of the Indy 500, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Opie and Anthony have left the building. After O&A Live is next.